Welcome into the Cam Strick Podcast, episode number 275.
Yank. Hey, dudes.
Fueled by First Form, baby.
Hey, we want to apologize for last episode. It was, God damn it. Man, turn that off.
That was terrible.
We want to apologize for last episode. It was kind of a scrambly fucking day, long day, ice storm and whatnot. And I had those stupid ass earpieces in, and I sounded muffled, and it didn't sound well. And these guys had to do extra work to like fucking clean that shit up. Yeah. So I should have brought my mic, dude. I messed that up. My bad. Long day. That was a long day.
Yeah, it was very amateur on your side of things. Like, it was showing up with your little Walmart.
You sounded like clear as shit.
Earpiece you had there.
I sounded terrible. So sorry about that.
You got to know that for now.
No, I know. Well, that was a scrambly day. I came all the way out here and then drove all the way back and then drove all the way back.
Always remember.
I drove there, back, and then to the airport. And then we got delayed.
How far is there and back?
50 minutes.
Well, you could probably think about a lot of things.
Yeah. No, you can. Mm-hmm. I was losing it.
Are you listening to music? Are you listening to sports radio?
Probably NHL Network at the time.
Uh-huh.
You know, going on a trip like that, you got to know what's going on in the league.
Yeah.
That's what I want to listen to.
Yeah, I know. I think for this episode, you should go no scarf.
You think so?
Just take it off.
This is First Farm, by the way. It's a badass shirt.
I know, dude. They've got these little quarter zips
badass.
With the hood. Mine's on the way. You want to listen real quick about First Form, the kind of customer service you get? Because I placed an order, and I guess they've had like this run of like whatever employees, maybe whatever, getting, people are getting sick, it's that time of year. But then they had the ice storm. Yeah. So they couldn't get in to the like shipping department that day. So they sent me like a personal email being like, hey, listen, we got your order. We're putting it together. It might be a day late because of the ice storm,
Yeah, ice.
To Andy.
Yeah.
No,
I know.
And it was like, dude, here's my cell. If you need anything, you have any questions, like just respond to me personally.
They're the real deal.
Like, damn.
It makes you feel good. You know what I mean? It's not like a recording from a robot. These guys are the real deal. Uh-huh. But yeah, we had a shit storm.
It's ice storm.
I went to Canada. Actually, a bunch of guys reached out to me. They wanted to meet up in Calgary and in Vancouver. But we were bouncing out, man. But I would have met up with you guys, dude. It was good to get in Canada. Although my phone is so jacked up there. I don't know what the hell the deal was, man.
You are like a hot mess, dude. He couldn't call anybody. He couldn't text anybody.
I don't know how to pack either. I haven't packed for a trip like this in a while. And I should have brought a big suitcase because I was like mixing and matching my dirty. I sweat so bad. So I was like, I wore the same pants for the first 3 days.
Oh, that's okay.
I know. You have to.
You really shouldn't wash your jeans anyway. Like if you
don't wear jeans.
You don't ever? You don't have a pair of jeans?
Yeah, I do have a pair of jeans because I did a thing for the Pipe Fitters Union, the 562, baby. I'll give you all a shout out. And I had to wear jeans to give a speech there, so I looked like I was part of it.
Because that's what they wear.
Yeah, and I had a flannel, but it looked like I got that flannel from a good old store, but it was normal brand, which cost like $200
with some work boots and stuff.
Yeah, shit kicking work boots on. I played the part. I want to apologize again for the WNBA bullshit. He went on, and part of it was funny, and we posted on YouTube because we're on YouTube now. So go on YouTube, you can watch us live, or not live, but you can see us in the flesh and whatnot. But you went on a little too long.
The flesh.
No. Because you could see us.
Is that what you call it?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Look, she gave me her card and everything, but
like
I just feel like I startled
You're forcing
her,
the issue.
Yeah.
And the people were like, you talk a little too much on it. You made your point. It's
Dude,
all
I
good.
Got a lot of response from it.
You can't
way
waste
more
people's
than what
time.
you would have gotten.
You can't waste people. I know you like listening. You cannot waste people's time.
I got a lot of response from it, like in my inbox. And
no, you didn't. I bet you didn't.
Forcing the issue would like talk about it if there was nothing going on. It was the biggest story in sports.
No, you know what you're doing. It's all good. Like it was cute and funny for a little bit there, but then you went on a little too long. But that's fine. It's all good. Just remember that next time. I'm just relaying what they're saying.
Well, that's not what I'm hearing.
I look after the shit kickers, man.
Yeah, but
listen to us.
They're all responding to me, dude. They're sending me a lot of different shit. And I can show you that, really, honestly. I should give them a shout out.
Man.
I love interacting with the people, dude. I will say that.
The weather's been so goofy here. It's like foggy as hell. Yesterday, Sunday, man. There was a 2:00 Blues game on during the day. You look good, dude. You did your thing. I saw you. Give you a little compliment, Andy. You look good on TV like he usually does.
Thank you.
Football games going on. I made some homemade chili. Bloody Marys to start. I made bacon to put in the Bloody Mary. What else did we do?
No, that's an interesting condiment.
Yeah, baby.
You like to go bacon.
I love it.
I like pickles.
That was a good sports day yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Did you watch like everything?
I watched football. I watched the Kings and the Blues play, and because were they the only team on? Which is
there was only 2 games yesterday.
It's tough for them,
on
man.
The schedule.
They're the only team playing on a Sunday. Those guys must have been fucking tired, dude.
Dude, they were so tired.
So
I
tired.
walked in. I won't say who I walked in with, but one of the players, and I was thinking to myself, dude, he does not want to play hockey today.
No, sometimes
like
you don't.
it made me a little concerned, a little nervous. Like like whenever I tell myself that I'm tired, I always think about the players who actually have to play.
Dude,
it's
it was a long trip home, man.
Because there's just like so much going on at all times. It just does not stop. But when the players walk in,
you could see in their eyes.
And I just know. Like, I don't know who does these schedules. I mean, it's all good. I'd rather be done tomorrow at like 4:30 versus like 11:30. So,
good thing it was at 2 o'clock.
So I don't mind that part of it. But when you play all the way in the Pacific Northwest, then you fly back the next day. It's a long flight. You're getting back late in the afternoon, and then you got to play an afternoon game the next day.
Yeah.
Not even a night game. You got to play an afternoon game, man. That's tough.
I was tired as shit when we got back, dude. It was like 3-4 hour flight back. We did spend a night in Seattle. Seattle was interesting. I cruised around the whole time. We had a day off there. Cruised around. It's not my cup of tea. I even went up to a couple of homeless cats and asked for directions. They were very nice. But there's a couple parts.
What are you looking for?
Just fucking wherever. Oh, I was creeping around 100%. And like, the Russians hang out with the Russians, and like a couple of other guys hang out with each other. They're all just kind of walking the pier and whatnot. But I was just cruising by myself, going to different bars, talking to people. It was cool. But
you get your mind right?
I got my mind right, 100%. You're goddamn right. But it's still like, fuck. It was weird. Like some of the bars, it's all guys working. Like there's no like girls working behind the bar and stuff like that. A lot of dudes.
Really?
Yeah, just from we saw.
It's expensive to live there, man.
So
a lot
expensive.
of people are tending bar on the weekends, man, who work Monday through Friday.
100%.
Or
but there's
like whatever. They bartend during the week too.
There's a lot of wealthy people there too, because of tech. All these young kids, man, these like nerdy tech kids are up there making a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
You walk the pier and you're looking around these houses, all these apartments. You're like, God damn. You're like, those must be fucking millions just right there looking over the water.
Dude, yeah, tens of millions.
Yeah,
dude.
And they weren't even that nice, but it's just who's buying those?
It's one of the most expensive cities in America, dude.
Yeah.
Seattle.
It was cool. It was a different experience, man. I didn't feel threatened anywhere walking around.
Seattle's safe, dude.
Yeah. But you did see, like, I walked by one time.
There's a lot going on. Like, that's a happening city. Like, there's a lot going on. Happening.
The arena's really bizarre, too. Like, we walked to the rink, and you look like it's in, like, this residential area. There's, like, houses and like, things around. You don't really see
in the city?
It is. Like, it's all the city. But it just seemed like there's just houses around and apartments, but nothing like...
How's that building?
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You don't realize that you're in a downtown area. It doesn't look like it's downtown. It looks like you're in, like, I don't know, some little subdivision outside of St. Louis or something, like some little, like, municipality that has houses. And all of a sudden you see this, like, rooftop, and it looks like you're in a library in Creve Coeur, Andy. You know what I mean? I'm sure you went through plenty of times. It looks like a fucking library. And then you walk in, and the place is sunk down like 100 feet. Everything's brand new. You walk out of the locker room, and you walk into the ice. It looks very futuristic. It's pretty badass, man. Everything's brand new and nice, but it's weird looking when you first see it. It does not look like a rink. It looks like a library. And there's no parking lots anywhere. They really did a good job of just planting this building in the middle of this like little area that you would never think.
No parking lots?
The parking is underneath. They dug it all out. Yeah, it's really interesting. 2 different jumbotrons. That was kind of a different thing. It was cool.
The technology there, dude,
it's
is
awesome.
Completely different level. Remember when we had Ron Francis on, dude? Yep. He was talking about that.
Big Ronnie boy. Yeah, it's cool.
You run into him?
No, but I saw Mike Babcock.
Oh, did you?
Yep. Went and talked to him.
Oh, good.
Yep. I saw Babs in the lobby.
Oh, at the hotel?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And
because his son is on the Blues coaching
Mike
staff.
Babcock Jr.
Yeah.
He's got red hair.
Yeah.
He sticks out. Like where I was sitting, I was like staring at him. I went up and said hey to him. I said, "Man, we got your daddy on.
Cool, yeah.
He's cool as shit. We got your daddy on. He was hilarious.
Yeah.
He and Hitch.
Did he say he listened to it or no?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm sure he did.
Some people like to admit it. Some people don't.
No, I get
whatever.
that.
I mean, like, if your dad's Mike Babcock
Yeah.
and like he hadn't talked to anybody, then does like an interview, like
Yoink.
you probably heard a little bit of it. I'm not saying you listen all the time.
I go, he was
but
great.
You may have heard
He was
that
great.
part of it.
He's a big guy.
Mike Babcock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's pretty big. You see when he was towering over you, you're probably pretty intimidated.
Well, the Sundays are crazy because I had to work all day long. Then
That's
Ty
true.
had practice right after. Dude.
I get that.
I didn't get home until like well after 8 o'clock last night.
I get that.
Then I watched the end of the football game. Started studying for the podcast today, dude.
Oh.
And then I'm up at like 6:30, dude, taking my kids to school. It's like a nonstop thing, dude. I'm looking forward to now the All-Star break. We're trying to get away this weekend.
What you finna do?
I don't know, man. Flights are expensive as shit right now, dude. But we're trying to figure it out, like where you want to go. Like we were thinking maybe Vegas, but Vegas, like the weather's shitty.
Andy takes his kids to Vegas.
No.
Oh, just you and
Just
your
the
girl.
wife and I.
Who's taking care of the kids?
We got it all.
Oh, then go to Vegas.
I thought
then. That's
maybe
cool.
you would like help out with some stuff too,
They-
like maybe take time
My
to
house
practice or
isn't
something.
made for children. Like they can get into
Hey,
things there.
So Miami apparently it's rainy this weekend.
Oh yeah.
Where else do you go, dude? If you want to get out, of
You
the
want
cold
sun,
weather?
dude.
Yeah,
I haven't seen the sun in a week.
Mexico, but you kind of have to plan that a little bit
Yeah,
further out.
that's Cancun's the easiest spot to go to
Yeah,
in
there's some
St. Louis.
flights for that.
There's a direct flight to
It is.
Cancun. Maybe just hit that up,
I know.
hit a 5-star,
I know.
all inclusive, and just fucking you and Laura
Just
do your
call it a
thing.
day.
Fuck yeah, I'd do that.
Would you?
Get away for a little bit. Just simplify. You're
Yeah.
not tipping anybody out or whatever. Just it's all
Dude,
done.
she tips everybody
Yeah,
at these
and you're-
all
I do too.
inclusives.
You can't, yeah, but you're not supposed to. do
And
that.
they follow us around the whole time. I'm like, you got to stop doing that.
Oh,
like
they're taking
confusing
advantage.
your
Andy's
niceness.
taking advantage of that. Maybe you shouldn't go to Cancun.
No, because her dad tells her that.
You might get
That's what he
kidnapped.
does. Her dad will take like X number of dollars in like ones on these vacations that they go on, and he just tips everybody all the
well,
time.
that's I
And
don't,
so they just follow him around because he's like, oh, they're all saying, and it's a good thing I'm bilingual, dude, because I can understand exactly what they're saying when I hear them talk. They don't always know that, but
Yeah.
I know what they're saying. And they're like, they're saying that's the guy that tips everybody, so follow him around, whatever. But they do like extra things for you because they know you're gonna get tipped out.
like
so,
what?
Like
Like
they'll
wh-
clean your room and stuff like that.
Well, they're supposed to do that anyway.
Like,
See,
well,
you get Andy gets taken advantage of everywhere he goes. Here you go. What do you need there? Here you go. Here you go.
yeah.
Like, dude,
No,
yeah.
they'll
That's
like-
why you do the all inclusive.
They'll bring you things like to your room.
Yeah, but they're gonna do that shit anyway.
You know.
You know what I mean? They're gonna do that shit anyway, dude.
Like last time I was in Jamaica, you had to negotiate to get like bottle service. I didn't like the vodka they were sending up. I wanted the Tito's, so I had to tell the guy, give him, a couple bucks, and then
Fancy. That's fancy bullshit.
he brings the bottle of Tito's up to the room. That's just the kind
That's
of
fancy bullshit right there,
is
baby.
it?
Yeah, I mean, if they got vodka, they got vodka. I know some of the beer there.
I don't need to be getting sick, dude, on vacation.
Yeah, I know.
Although I got sick, did I tell you what happened to me in Jamaica when I ate that cake?
Is this an old story?
No, I don't think I've ever told this story. This guy in Jamaica, and I love going to Jamaica. It's the perfect vacation for adults and kids. Like everybody's happy, dude. So if you ever want to get out, you want to do like an all-inclusive, Jamaica is the way to go. Although driving down to Negril on the airport, dude, for an hour and a half is a little bit crazy because the guy they drive on the other side of the car,
So when you land, you got to get on a shuttle, and it takes an hour to get to
or
where
you
need to
get
go.
like a car, right?
Yeah, and that's where usually you get kidnapped and robbed.
So-
So they'll know that you tourist
Yeah,
guys are going to
yeah,
be cruising,
yeah.
and they'll like put a little checkpoint.
So a friend of mine was like, I know this dude who has a car service, whatever. So I set it up with that guy. The first time we went, he was cool. He drove us back and forth to Negril. Now, if you want to stay in Montego Bay, then you don't have to drive by an hour and a half to get to Negril. But the beaches are nicer in Negril. So we drive down. He's driving on like the opposite side of the car. So like right away you're thrown off anyway. And my kids were so small at the time. He told me in an email that he was going to get a car seat for for Ty, who was like not even 2 years old. Dude, this car seat was like, it was not like a real car seat. I was like, what the fuck? He's driving 1,000 miles an hour. He's stopping at random places. We don't know where the fuck he went. He just like leaves, parks the car, all of a sudden comes back. On the way back, dude, I thought we were going to we almost got they passed people left and right, dude. There's like big ass buses with hundreds of people on these buses coming the other way. And we're missing it by like 6 feet, dude.
yeah,
And I'm losing my mind. I'm telling this guy to stop. He got so pissed, dude. The second time we went, he wouldn't let us in the car because my stroller that we brought the big fucking off-road stroller, that can get through the sand. and it had sand all up in it. So he was like, "Dude, you can't put that back." I'm like, "Dude, we got to take it. I'm not like leaving it here."
You get taken advantage of, dude. Jesus Christ.
So then he was driving like a madman. So this time we would stay in Montego Bay, man. But anyway, on the beach, dude, I recognized this guy from the previous time I was there because everybody's coming by selling shit, you know? You just see everybody. He's like, for free. He's like, "Oh, man, have a piece of cake." So I eat this cake, and I think it was like ganja cake, dude.
Probably was.
Well, yeah, it was. And he didn't tell me that. Dude, I'm like the most sick I've ever been, dude. I'm all fucked up. Like, all night long, dude, like hallucinating.
Oh, damn.
Hot flashes, like
Yeah.
sweating profusely.
Got like
dude.
rashes.
Dude, the cake like almost literally killed me. So just be
Why
careful.
would you-
Don't eat the cake
How old
when
were
you're
you?
on the beach.
Yeah, I guess I was like 8 years ago.
A couple years ago, 5 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, no, you can't. If somebody offers you cake, dude,
What do you think
don't
you put
eat it.
in that cake?
Probably just a bunch of THC.
I think it may have been more than that.
Yeah. No, that's again. I like to stay in the U.S., man.
Mhm.
I do. Will say, I've heard Banff. If you want to go to ski, Banff's like the nice. Even the Americans admit that Banff's like
A
the
lot of
nicest.
people go to Banff.
Yeah, it's like the nicest you can get. That's supposed to be
Yeah.
most beautiful.
Whistler's great.
I'll give you a shout out to Calgary folk, man. I feel bad for you guys, everybody out there. Your rink is just god awful.
Oh, God.
It's bad, dude. Man, I had vertigo walking up that catwalk. Like, honestly, it shakes. You're sitting up there and like our main guy, Chris Kerber's looking, literally standing up, looking down. It's when every time there's a goal or anything, it shakes like this. It was so freaky. The locker rooms still suck.
Mhm.
I mean,
How tiny is that visiting locker room?
it's
dude?
terrible. It's weird. Like
Like,
they deserve
in
better.
the
You guys deserve better.
NHL, yeah.
You guys deserve better. It's such a beautiful city. It
Mhm.
really is. Hardcore hockey fans, and that rink fucking sucks.
I know.
I feel bad for
And
them,
it's
man.
not like, and this is no offense to Calgary because I know they won a cup back in '89 or whatever,
Yeah.
but it's not like it's the Montreal Canadiens where it's just filled with like rich history. And you're
No.
like, oh, you can't tear this place down.
No, get rid of it.
Like this place is just filled with history where you're just, and it's cool they got all the shit on the walls and stuff like that, whatever. But still, dude, it's not. They
dude.
need. If I'm a NHL player and I'm trying to decide where to play, like that's got to
It
factor in.
does.
Dude.
I feel, and some of the guys that work there that
Don't they have a new building coming?
yeah, it's coming, but it's been a long process and
Yeah.
whatnot. But it's coming, and they're gonna have to.
Dude, it
Th-
flooded one year, a few years back.
Yeah, they got issues with parking.
Major floods.
I talked to the guys that work there. They've been working there for a long time. That you remember seeing, and I just got to say hey to all these guys, man. They're just like telling me all
Like
this
who,
shit.
Red? Remember the guy Red? Didn't he work there inside the locker room?
Yeah, there's
Big
so many
Waltz
guys.
guy?
There's so many guys, but they're like all this little drama that they have to do when they take apart the building and put
Mhm.
it back up for different events,
Yeah.
like Taylor Swift. Like every time you take a piece of glass out, imagine like it's got everything's new because
Mhm.
we got renovated. It's at Enterprise Center. It slides out easy.
Mhm.
Just little things like that where the sludge gets stuck. They can't get the glass out. Taylor Swift was there. They put all this confetti everywhere. It gets sucked up in different things. They got to clean that. It's just nothing's
Taylor
easy about.
Swift played there.
Yeah, and they go, don't put the.
At the Saddle Dome.
Yeah, and they said don't do the confetti thing at the end because it's such a pain in the ass to clean up.
Oh,
Yeah, and
man.
she did. Yeah, just like little things. I felt bad, man.
Mhm.
The fans deserve better. Hopefully, that's all going to come together.
Yeah.
But even during that process, like they got to shut the train system down. That brings a lot of people in.
Mhm.
So it's just going to be a pain in the ass. But you'll get one soon, man. You guys deserve it. Little rant. That's all.
No, that's okay. I agree with you though, man. That I don't understand the design. That's old school.
It's old school,
Edmonton had the same thing.
Yeah.
dude. The catwalk,
dude. Mm-hmm.
and even like it's so
Scary up there.
traditional, I should say, in Canada for some of those buildings that I think even in like these new buildings, people like wanted to still design the same type of press box
Oh God.
with a catwalk.
No, what, dude, it's ridiculous. Scary up there, man. And listen, you know how I am with looking up disasters and shit. I couldn't stop thinking
Okay,
about that, dude.
Have there been any?
No, but like, there's all kinds of different
Dude,
things that have happened in the
When's
past.
that thing gonna just collapse?
I'm looking at the damn thing. I'm like, is
Yeah.
that secure up there?
Like, do they?
It's all rusted out and shit.
Oh my god!
shaking.
Are the Calgary Flames responsible for all those media up there, dude?
Dude, there's a ton of
and you
there's
know,
a ton of people,
not all the media take care of themselves.
and they heavy people, 100%.
You know
And
what I
I'm
mean?
250, and I'm like walking on that thing like, God damn.
Yeah, no,
I
there's-
might fall through this
There's some heavy
motherfucker.
dudes walking through that thing.
Damn, dude. And Vancouver was cool. And Seattle's fucking awesome upstairs. Like, you got to evaluate when you're up there. I saw Eddie Olchuk. He came up.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's
dude.
the man, dude.
Yeah, he is.
He is.
And his son works there.
Yeah.
I think the whole family is
I think
part of
everybody works part of the organization.
But he comes up and
yeah,
everybody just like discusses, hey, this is what's going on. Blah, blah, blah's playing tonight. Da, da, da.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
He's the true pro, man.
Totally cool.
And even when Brian Boucher talking about how much Eddie-O helped him.
Hey, I will say this.
Adjust to broadcasting. He could have gone anywhere. Chicago. I've said it before. You guys, the fact that you even let that guy leave the organization.
Oh, dude. He's doing pretty damn good. He probably has a badass house on a cliff looking over the mountains. And
I don't know, man.
Who
dude.
knows?
Out in Seattle, dude. Those houses are $30 million, dude.
Yeah, the big ones are, but you can still. He's making 10. You don't think he's got money?
$30 million?
No, we're not talking a $30 million house.
Well, over the cliff, dude. That's what you're talking about.
You can see mountains from everywhere. Andy would like Seattle. Just so all y'all know.
I do like.
Can I just say something real quick? I did cruise around, and I did feel like when I walked in to a bar that my masculinity.
Oh, you think
offended.
you were out of place?
I think I was a little out of place. I think
that's
I was toxic.
I think that's in your head.
I think I was a little toxic, and maybe a little intimidating when I walked in. Like, hey, because I'm the masculine type. It's not abundant there. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, really?
It's not
See, I will admit,
saying, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
I haven't spent much time there.
Did I see beautiful women walking around? Not really.
Oh, really?
Not really. And even talking to someone, no one really did.
Okay.
Really odd.
Okay.
No big deal. No big deal. Everybody's cool. But I didn't see beautiful women walking around.
Really? I bet you.
Andy, at all.
Interesting. Okay. So,
not that I was looking for it, because I'm a happily married man. But when you're walking, everybody evaluates there. I'm just looking around. I people watch, and that's what was my conclusion.
So I've spent very little time there. We spent one day there in my life, dude. Like when we went to Whistler, we flew back out of Seattle, stayed the night, got back there. And it was like a cool place to hang out for the night. Like they had really cool bars. Every place is kind of different.
Little bars everywhere.
Walking along the pier. It
didn't feel threatened?
No.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't speak to the whole experience. I feel like you maybe didn't see the entire.
Of course not. And I also
big picture of Seattle. You know what I mean?
You're 100% right on that.
Because there's got to be more to that. It's a very liberal city. I know what you're getting at.
I didn't
Portland's
say that. I just said
no. Portland's the same way. It's not. Listen, it's not in the Bible Belt. It's not the Midwest camp. Listen, you got to appreciate
Bible
everything.
Belt ain't no good either.
Well, you just appreciate for what everything's different. The East Coast is different than the West Coast.
No
Pacific,
shit. I had a good time. I
is
told you. See, I know what you're getting at with that.
The Southwest. No,
I just told you
it's different.
I know.
France is different than fucking
Tell me
Portugal.
More about things. Listen, I know. My point is, if I was a single dude, or like maybe back in the day when I was sitting out when I played for the Blues and we were playing Vancouver in the playoffs, like I was cruising around, having a good old time, and
Vancouver's a little different, but
that's very multicultural.
A lot of similarities at the same time.
I'm just saying, if I was cruising around and I just didn't see. That's all. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I didn't like it. I never felt threatened. And you're right. I didn't go to every single spot at all. And I actually thought that it was going to be a lot worse with the homeless and whatnot.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of that. But I wasn't threatened. Like, I didn't expect somebody to come up and like rob me at gunpoint, like in where.
No, you're thinking like Antifa.
Well, yeah.
No, that's what you're thinking.
I'm thinking what I'm thinking.
No,
because don't tell me what I'm thinking.
This guy's thinking because like every time we bring up Seattle in the past, he would always bring up like Antifa.
Well, it's
purple hair or something like that.
A lot of that. A lot of dudes working at bars.
I don't understand that one. What you're referring to
because if you go to a bar in St. Louis, like usually there's gonna be a good-looking chick working behind it, right? Like that's where you generate revenue. Like a lot of guys will go creep her out all fucking day long. She makes good money. You go there, you go down to Soulard in St. Louis. It's all good-looking women working at all these fucking bars. It is what it is.
It wasn't like that.
It wasn't like that in Seattle. Nothing wrong with that. It's all good. I love everyone. I'm just letting you know. It just wasn't.
Where were you in Seattle? I want to know where you were.
I was right by the fish market.
Okay, so that's where I stayed.
Right there.
There.
At the Four Seasons. Great hotel.
Okay, so in that area, which is a very like kind of like a happening.
It was cool.
Urban spot.
Bars, restaurants, everywhere.
People who like live in Seattle, maybe raise families in Seattle. Maybe you're even like the 28-year-old Amazon worker,
No shit.
whatever.
Damn right.
You're probably not living down there because actually, a good friend of Laurie's actually who we become friends with. He works for Amazon. She's like up in like corporate with like Lululemon, dude, and they came and met us, and it was like a 45-minute drive, dude, for them to. So
It's not easy to get around.
I feel like a lot of people live outside of there. But it's interesting.
He always has to defend everything.
Let me know.
Like he owns property in fucking Seattle. Who gives a shit?
Let me know.
Why do you care?
Are there any female bartenders?
Holy
Are
fuck.
you a female bartender in Seattle?
No, it's all good.
We want to hear from you.
It's all good. I did do this though. Like
do you know of any Seattle female
I
bartenders?
will say this, man. Like it's easy to look at fucking homeless and like but like I remember walking. I was cruising, and I walked past this, and this like a cluster of homeless, and they're all getting together. And they're smoking fucking meth. They're smoking fucking fentanyl. It's all white powder. They're fucking rolling up.
There's a lot of that down there.
It's all doobies, but these guys are like, they're fucking shooting up right there. You see it right fucking there.
Oh, yeah.
And I did walk past a group, and I was just kind of like chilling, man. And my mind was right, and I was just kind of in a happy mood, and I was just kind of like in my feelings. Like I felt good about shit. I was just like happy. And I look over, and I see this poor girl. She lifts her head up and just stares at me, and I stare at her. She's young, pretty, and she's hanging out with these fucking bums, and you could tell her eyes, she's glazed over, like she's all fucked up, and it's like that, and I felt sad. It almost made me cry. She's a young, pretty girl.
How young are you talking?
Fucking 18. She got caught up and took it once, dude, and now she's hooked. And I looked, I just was weird because I usually just walk. And I looked at her, and she looked at me, and I'm like, oh, my God, like this young, beautiful girl is in this situation. Her mom and dad are probably freaked out. She just probably took a hit of fentanyl and couldn't help it and had to go back. And people like we're talking about, like people ask me, like, why do they stay in Seattle when it's cold and rainy? Well, why do you think? You think you're going to walk down anywhere else when you're drug fucking, your people right there, you could snap your fingers and get drugs right in that area, and you could do it on the street. You know where the hot spots are, meaning like you could put a blanket on, get underneath this thing, maybe the air from underneath with the steam warms you up. Like they know that city, and they know there's an abundance of drugs. That's why they don't leave, and you're able to do it like that. But that it made me sad.
I know.
Imagine that. You as fucking daughters, dude. You got two fucking daughters.
People get caught up, man, and that truly is now. Every city's a little bit different, but you see that really throughout the country, Cam. Any big major city.
We don't have that kind of problem. We have straight gangsta fucking warfare, dude. There's some homeless people in St. Louis, but not like this. And they're not doing. Some of them aren't doing, but like the cops will get you for that here. But we got straight gangster, hardcore gun violence here.
San Francisco, L.A.
Petty crime. So I talk to
people.
people.
I'm talking like you're seeing a lot of that similar type of community.
Every city's different, man. But it was.
Yeah, but that is. Listen,
it made me sad, Andy.
It did. There's
that poor little girl.
You just wonder what the backstory is. You wonder what the maybe she doesn't have a family, dude. You just never know.
I just feel like she probably does, and she can't get away from this.
Something I've always wanted to do, Cam, was and I've had friends who have done it, is work on those documentaries where you go with a camera crew and you may go to like Seattle or to like a big city like that, and then you just talk to those people.
Yeah, I kind of did. I didn't record it, but I was just like, I could tell like there's different groups of
They
homeless.
do it with gangbangers too.
There's different groups. Yeah, that's tough to do. I saw that. I see that on YouTube. Yeah, they're in St. Louis fucking fucking hardcore. They're all showing their fucking.
Would you do that with me?
Yeah,
if we get Maddie and Alex, dude,
I'd go
from Half Coast Studios.
You would.
No, they take the cameras.
Yeah.
And let's start shooting some shit, dude.
Let's rolling the dice there, baby. I don't. I could talk to the homeless, but you go talk to the Gangsterville, man.
But there's all different things you can do, dude. You can go to Alaska. You can talk to people who live in
I'll say this
extreme conditions.
Yeah. No, I know, Andy. I see all the fucking you're acting like this is such an original thought. This has been going on. Everybody does it. Vice does it. It is what it is. But there's different categories of homeless there. There's the straight fucking bent over fentanyl homeless. There's the ones that just are keeping warm on the side. Then you got the half and half homeless where a guy's got a badass phone. He's got the backpack. He's dressed okay.
Mhm.
You could tell he's addicted to things, but he's got the bat out of his thing.
Maybe 20-something.
Yeah.
He probably still has his parents' credit card in his pocket.
He can still communicate with you. Yes, exactly.
You know what I mean?
He's under their phone plan still.
Oh, yeah.
And he can still, like, he's still
But
sober enough to talk to you.
He's just on the road doing his thing.
He's on his own.
Yeah. And I see a lot of those people, like when I was like in the summers, dude, going to see concerts and going to see fish shows and like whatever. You see people who are just kind of like, they just adapt to that.
There's 3 different tiers
type of lifestyle.
3 different tiers.
They like being on the road. They like living on the street and just kind of doing that thing.
Make a little money here and there.
But you're right, dude. But a lot of those kids, man, not all of them, but some of them, they are from, middle class or above, upbringings. And they got their fucking parents' credit card in their fucking pocket. They got a car.
And they get addicted.
Sometimes, right? They're living out of their fucking car. They're traveling around and whatever.
These guys didn't have cars.
I'm just saying, some people do.
They were normal enough to where they're just getting into the hardship.
Damn.
They're again.
Mm-hmm.
They're at the top level,
mm-hmm.
and then the sleeping with looking a little shittier, doing the fuck, and then the bent over. I'm out of whack, kind.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
That's one of those cities, dude, where you'll see that in a bunch of places, right? But Seattle is fucking.
It's really bad.
Dude.
And San Francisco.
San Francisco's bad. Dude.
Yeah.
Washington D.C., man, but Washington D.C. even the homeless is a
DC
little bit
like
different either than Seattle.
They clean that up in D.C. probably.
No, fucking no. It's
in
not.
D.C.,
oh, dude,
with all those politicians, they don't want to see that. Are you kidding?
Terrible.
Terrible. In D.C. it is.
Yes.
But anyway, that was a fun trip, man. I'm glad I got to do it.
I remember seeing homeless people in Alaska, dude.
Yeah.
Thinking, how do these guys like survive?
Yeah.
San Diego, which would be a great place to be homeless. If you're ever going to be homeless, a lot of people sleep on the beach, dude. There's homeless people everywhere in San Diego.
But anyway.
Anyway. You always wonder how you get caught in that type of situation.
Because drugs, dude. It is what it is. What do you want to get into hockey-wise? We don't got all fucking day. We've already talked about homeless. You like to belabor a fucking point. I got to keep you going here, homeboy. I just want to talk about the trip a little bit, man. I had a good time. I haven't been on the road like that in a while. And
how'd you do calling the games?
I thought I did okay. I got to work on some things, man. Like I got to really understand how to present what you see when you can't rely on.
It's gotta be quick. Dude.
Yeah, quick, and like to be able to tie everything together. Know the other guys on the team.
Quick
names.
is not your strength. You like to fucking just drag it out. Just gotta be fucking in and out.
No, I could do quick stuff. I don't see anyone you want to like be talking about this. Like that was all.
Go.
I got sick. I had fantasy camp.
Sick?
Before then I had to leave for the trip. It was a stressful week.
Mm-hmm.
Then that Monday, well, we're all fucked up. So, but it all worked out good, dude. I thought I did pretty dang good. In Curbs, I just picked his brain. Hung out with Jamie Rivers the whole time. Really, he's good to talk to about different things. Dude, you've been out of the game for fucking a decade, man. I don't know how to pack. I don't know how to do
how
this.
Do you not know how to pack? Dude?
Well, I just didn't know because I'm wearing different clothes in the morning for this and that and the other. But the Blues are pretty cool about all that shit, man. The players were awesome. The one guy I wanted to get to know a little bit more, but he was pretty standoffish. Just Bucci.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
I know. I'm like, can I talk? I saw him a couple places, and I was like, hey, man, Covey, Ila Kovalchuk, that's always a good like. You play with him?
You're Russian. Do you know? I mean,
would you play with Kobe? Like he was my good buddy. Like I love him, and I don't know. It just didn't go in. But he's the one guy that really get talked to.
That's
fucking
what you
awesome.
said to him. Do you know Kobe?
One time, I just tried to talk to him a couple times. He's just standoffish.
He's not at all.
I know. That's what I heard. So it's all good.
That.
But everybody was cool, man.
Yeah.
So
Blues are fucking.
Blues are on a heater.
They're on a heater. They're like back in play.
Yeah.
Although it's always interesting when you're like, they're just finding ways to win, dude. It's all about winning. You just win.
Gotta win.
It's not very pretty right now how they're winning, but they just keep winning. I don't know if it really changes like Doug Armstrong's mindset heading towards the trade deadline in terms of what he's thinking he wants to do. I don't think that'll change. He's not going to drastically change the roster anyway, but the players that he's looking to move on from, it probably doesn't change whether they win or lose right now, to be honest with you.
Well, I would say they would like to get in the playoffs if they could.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You can get.
But you're not moving Thomas. You're not moving.
Well, like Bucci.
Parayko, you know what I'm saying? Like the Parayko rumors need to stop.
He's the best player on the ice.
Like, why would you trade this guy that plays 24, 25 minutes a night? It makes $6.5 million, and he's under contract. They're not trading him, and he's a right shot D-man who's like 6'6", who plays against the other team's best players, and he's having like one of his best seasons in his career. People who just throw this stuff out,
Crazy.
man. You know what I
Cole
mean?
Brago is playing so damn good, dude.
Yeah.
He is. In
So-
every aspect, batting pucks down, penalty kill. Fuck, when they're in, I think it was in Vancouver, Brago got a cross-check. They were calling cross-check. He went to the box. You're like, dude, you're missing that horse on PK. You don't realize how fucking good he is on a PK, dude. He sticks in every lane. You can't get by him.
Yeah.
He is playing unbelievable. He must just be healthy, dude.
Well, he
You know
is
what I mean?
healthy, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he just looks completely
You
different.
should have talked to him, dude.
I did. His brother was there. He's a pilot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sisters were there, too.
I saw his sister. Oh,
my God.
Lord.
Beautiful family.
Lovely lovely family.
You know,
They showed her, and we're sitting up there. I'm like, wow, that's a strong, beautiful looking woman.
yeah.
She looks familiar. I go, what is that? Oh, wait. And I look down, like, all his families. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's his sister. I'm like, dang, dog. Beautiful. Lovely
He's
family.
got a couple sisters, I believe.
Yeah. Good genes
And a
in that
brother.
family. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Good genes. How about fucking Oilers? Hey, remember a couple months ago, we're like, get him out of there.
Yeah.
Get Connor McDavid out.
Yeah.
God, they don't
Well, now
They
they're
don't
just
lose.
winning every game, but like
they don't lose.
Don't get it all out of your system right now. You know what I mean?
I was bullshitting quite a bit. I apologize to all you
Hey,
Oilers fans.
But you know what? At the end of the day, like you're right. And some people have reached out and been like, "Hey, dude, you were hard on the Oilers. Now you got to like give them some love." I'm gonna give them some love
Fuck
because
yeah.
they're fucking playing great.
Yeah.
They're getting goaltending, and obviously all their best players are playing really well right now. But they still got to get it done in the playoffs, man. That's what it comes down to.
true.
Nobody's gonna judge them based on how they're doing now. And the reality is, they had to perform almost to this level right now because they were so fucking bad at the beginning
know.
of the year. They got their coach fired.
Yep.
That obviously proved and has proven to be the right move. You know, to move on from the coach, bring in this next coach. This Knobloch obviously has them moving in the right direction, dude. Listen, I can't
Chuck.
chirp the Edmonton Oilers. They're fucking unbelievable right now. They are so good, and there's no reason to see it, you know, like it's not going to continue. They're not going to win every single game, but they're going to finish in the top three. Who knows how far they're going to take it. Nobody's going to want to play them in the first round of the playoffs. As long as they're getting goaltending, dude, then they will have a chance to make some serious noise in the postseason. And maybe going through that adversity at the beginning of the season, Cam, maybe that's what they needed to get their attention, to get their mind right, and to get focused now into, you know, not stopping, dude. They're going to have to continue this into
Well,
the
this
playoffs.
break kind of
you know?
sucks for him a little bit.
Whatever. Everybody's going to have the break.
No,
you know?
well, when you're rocking and rolling as a team, man,
Yeah.
you know, like the worst thing possible is a break. For the Blues, too, if they got a Columbus Tuesday. But yeah, no, I wrote them off. I remember like, get him out. Get him out. Look at his cheeks. They're sunken in. Remember, he's yelling at fucking Drysdale, yelling. Timmy Peel's jumping in the mix, telling people to fuck off.
But they may still get out.
But
You never know,
But
man.
they went from here
Mhm.
to here in dramatic fashion. You're like, good for you, man.
Yeah.
I was wrong. You're in a good spot now. It is what it is.
Mhm.
So, how about the Reaver thing too? Like,
What, did he score a goal?
well, like he went through a bunch of drama and called out the team a little bit. Said, I've been healthy this whole time. Like, just blew up in Toronto again.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't send him down or something like that. And all of a sudden he plays in
It's
Edmonton.
a hell of a deflection, dude.
It was a great actually, he started that play. Like,
Mhm.
listen, I chirped Reeves for
Yeah.
calling guys out,
Mhm.
but he got in the lineup. He's probably been healthy for a while, and he's probably like, "Fuck, let's go."
Yeah.
You paid me 3 years, like you guys did this. Like,
Yeah.
give me a chance here. And he goes in there, makes a nice deflection, had a
Yeah.
couple hits, did his thing in his hometown. Little shout out,
Yeah,
baby.
no, listen, and they put him in the lineup, and it was
Little shout
it
out.
was a great deflection. He's a guy that can give the team a lot of energy, obviously, and give them some personality. But listen, they know more than we do about the dynamic of that team, man. And there's a certain style and a way you've got to play to have success nowadays, man. He's not a young player. It is what it is. And they gave him 3 years. I don't know, you know, why they gave him 3
Yeah.
years. We didn't know at the time.
No,
And it's obvious they're probably regretting that commitment. You know, they're going to have to figure that out. But it's the Maple Leafs, so money's not really the issue. But I like Ryan Reeves, man. As long as he just focuses on playing hockey and helping the team win and being a good teammate and all that, that's all that really matters, you know?
yeah, good to see that, man.
What do you
It
think?
ain't that big of a deal, but
No,
it is
I mean, I don't know. You're like,
sorry,
you're
fuck.
like-
What do you
you're
have?
like- You're like,
Then fucking bring something.
You're like,
and he wants to
you-
talk about himself. No, like,
Are you concerned about Ryan Reeves?
No,
And-
well, no, I'm not. Never.
I'm not concerned. It was a hell of a deflection. He got back in the lineup.
That's it, baby.
You got to play your way into staying in the lineup.
Do you?
Yes.
I know.
Did you know that?
No, I do know. God damn, boy.
All right. You have anything else you want to get into? You've been like, storytelling here.
No, man,
No,
I
they're
went
pretty
on a-
good stories. I like them.
No, but I do it on a
Before we
trip.
get into like a serious topic, what else you got?
Well, there's a couple weird ass things going on. Like a weird murder, not murder, but these fucking three guys
In Atlantis?
No. This happened the other day.
Hmm.
The Chiefs played the Bills, I think, when it was freezing cold. Freezing. Remember I was talking about Andy couldn't survive anything in the cold, and we all know that. But this was like -15, hardcore, freezing cold, like Saskatchewan cold. And the Chiefs were playing the Bills, and this Chiefs fan had his buddies over to watch the game or after the game.
Oh, yeah.
And the three guys went outside and they froze to death and all died. And they were there for like 3 days. And the guy that owns the house, his buddies were like, I don't know what happened. Cars were there. All their wives are like, where are these guys? What are they doing? And every time I read more about the story, I'm more confused. Do you hear that?
No.
Really bizarre.
So let me,
Yes.
because I could probably get an idea of what
Really
happened
bizarre.
here. So,
I'm telling all y'all.
so they went outside to do what?
Don't know. They're all hanging out like normal guys.
Does he
man,
live in
30
a
years old.
remote area?
No,
Is it in the woods?
No, it's in a subdivision.
Mhm.
And they're all hanging out, just probably drinking and doing their thing and watching the game or came back from the game or whatever. But it was freezing cold that night.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden, the guy wakes up. His buddy's cars are in the front yard. He's like, "Ooh, the wife's like, where's Johnny and Joey and Billy? Where are they at? Where are they at?" And no one knows. Like, I don't know. They're in the backyard. They all three sat out there and froze to death.
So they froze in the backyard.
Yes.
That's where they found them?
You could think maybe
and
one
the guy who lived there didn't know they were back
for
there?
2 or 3, really bizarre. Andy, why don't you
How'd
type
they,
it in?
Why didn't
Look.
Why didn't they come inside when they were cold?
I don't know. That's what makes it so weird. Maybe one guy who was so wasted and his body shut down and he was out there because he couldn't find his way back from something. Maybe 3 guys. They're in their like 30s. They're not even old. They're not this. They went out there and they're all friends and they sat out there all night and died.
It doesn't make any sense.
That's why I brought it up.
Damn.
I know. Damn,
That
boy.
doesn't make any sense.
I know.
The Taylor Swift thing, we're going to see a lot of it coming up with Kelsey. She was on the field, a very romantic moment when she embraced and they hugged and kissed close to the 50-yard line. It was
Chiefs are the best.
very
dude.
romantic.
They're awesome. Their owner's awesome. Their owner's daughter.
The Hunts.
Whoa.
You know they're in
Not that looks matter.
part
by
of
any means.
no. Part of the Hunt family owns like the Missouri Mavericks, the
Yeah.
East Coast Hockey
Oh,
League
cool.
team. Yeah.
Dude, the owner's supposed to be unbelievable. And of course, his daddy was a big dog.
Billionaires.
Yeah. Big dog in football and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Lamar Hunt, dude.
Lamar, baby.
Yeah.
And so the Chiefs are well-oiled machine. They're fun to watch.
Dude, you
The
just
Taylor,
can't,
Kelsey, dude, I don't care.
I know.
They're cool.
You just can't beat them.
You can't.
But I will
sorry to
say,
chirp.
Taylor, she reacts like the high school girlfriend, dude, every time there's a play. Like all the NFL wives, like if you just watch a wife, they're like into the game and they're like, yeah, kind of, or they're just clapping or cheering or maybe like high-fiving. She's like, I mean, she knows the cameras are on her. It's like, it's so predictable. I feel like she's got to stop acting like the junior high school girlfriend who's wearing her boyfriend's Letterman's jacket and going to watch the game. And with every play, she's like jumping up and down. Like she's known this guy for like 4 months. So we just got to like, just be a normal like player's wife, even though you're not normal, but you don't have to like jump up and down like it's the high school homecoming.
Okay,
game.
I'll defend her. I think they've been dating for a lot longer than that.
No, they haven't.
No, that's what you know.
This
I
football
think,
season is when it started.
whatever. Okay, fine. They've been, but like the guy's in every single play. He's breaking records every sec. Like it's not like he's sitting on. Like you get into it. If they really do love each other, like I think that you're cheering him on. Like that is such the coolest thing you could possibly do. Like watch him do what he's doing with this unbelievable magical team. Like if you're truly in love with somebody and you see them perform like that, like you're like, fuck yeah, this is fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Andy,
No,
if Lori saw you dominate, are you out of your mind? Look what you do with Ty. Who are you kidding? You watch
I don't
Ty.
cheer
No,
in
no,
the
no, no.
stands.
You watch Ty, and you're like, oh yeah, yeah. And you calm down, you chill. Who are you kidding?
No, I
and you'll
don't.
send me a video. I'm like, watch him. And I'm like, hell yeah, he did awesome. You get pumped up too. You hold it the right way. But if
Yeah.
you were watching in a suite and there's a big game and Ty's dominating out there playing for the Blues, and you and Lori up there, and he does something, are you out of your mind? You would fucking freak out.
But she does it with like, I mean, they're
You would freak
they're
out.
all of them. She's got all
Yeah.
her little cast of characters.
It's the
dude.
biggest thing in the world going, dude. He's part of the biggest thing,
Brittany.
literally, in the fucking world going on right now. Besides war,
Brittany Mahomes.
but like,
there's another wife that's around.
she's actually
there.
been pretty cool.
Yeah.
Dude, I chirped up- Jackson's a
doing,
weirdo.
no, they're doing some
Fuck his
TikToks and
ass.
stuff like that.
But Brittany's been pretty much normal, like she has. Taylor gets fucking happy about. You know what's stupid? If she wasn't paying attention the whole time.
Mhm.
No, she's into it, and Kate would be into it too. When I
You
played,
think-
she's fucking crazy, loved it.
Do you think Jason Kelsey feels left out,
Dude, Jason Kelsey's about as cool as you can get.
or his wife
No,
feels
she's
left
probably
out?
a down to earth, like good old country
They
girl.
just met, They just met Taylor.
Oh
within the
yeah, I
last
bet you
week or
she's
two.
probably like, I don't need attention. We don't care. She probably is one
How
of
do
those
you see
chicks-
this playing out? You do you get the feeling that they really are like they really like each other?
I don't know. Who knows, man? I will say this. Hopefully, if they do, then cool.
Mhm.
I don't know how. It's very difficult to date a person that's as
Popular?
gigantic as Taylor Swift. Like I wouldn't want to. I would like to have a homegrown,
Really?
cute girl that just loved me for. I don't want. I gotta follow her around doing shit. Like it's just too. It would be too much. Like, well, she's
But
wealthy.
he's
Like,
not, dude. She's following him around.
yeah, he went to Argentina,
So-
and so like it's gonna go both ways. Right
Well,
now,
it's
it's his
gonna
time.
have to.
Right now is his
so
time.
that's what I'm curious.
Just wait till you see it's her time. It's
Okay,
coming too.
So that's what I want to see.
You
Like,
know.
is he gonna want to go to a Taylor Swift concert every single night?
I don't know how
That's
that works.
different than, like-
concerts are the same thing over
I
and
know.
over.
So, like,
games are different.
Is he gonna go on
you know?
tour with her? You know what I'm
No,
saying?
You can't.
Like, games are different. It's a different story,
He's
and
gonna
it's
retire.
1 day a week, man.
You're right, and he's gonna retire soon. So, what if he retires and
Are you
he'll get a
are you
coaching job.
breaking news?
He'll
He'll get a coaching job. You think he wants to coach? Dude, he'll be broadcasting.
or broadcasting? Well, whatever.
He don't wanna coach.
Coach, like okay, be cool. Listen, man, coaches have a fucking.
None of
good
these dudes
gig.
want to coach. All these guys,
Watching how the coaching set, they got it fucking pretty good. Dude.
I'm convinced.
It'd be cool to be an NHL
I don't
coach.
want
I'll tell you that.
Oh hell yeah, to be an NHL coach.
You're just thinking, you're like coaching. Like, a lot of people like to coach, dude. You might be a smart motherfucker.
Well,
and know
how
the
many
fucking thing.
how many like NFL legends, and I'll put them in that category. He's about to
Coach?
win like to get into coaching.
I
Who
don't
made
know.
a shit ton of money.
Yeah, maybe not.
I mean, name me someone like
Deion Sanders.
yeah. Several years later, but he's coaching his kid. He's coaching his kid. I want to see Deion Sanders do this when his kid's not on the team. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
Come on,
Maybe-
Deion.
You're right. You're right. You get in broadcasting. Do
I
it.
mean, like, you think Tom Brady's gonna go? I'm gonna go coach. Peyton
I-
Manning's like,
I-
I am gonna coach.
I will say this.
No, they're
You're
not
broad.
coaching.
I'm just saying. It's too much work, and I get that. Way too much work.
Broadcast. They make like $20 million bucks a year broadcasting.
You're right, Eddie. But I'm just saying, like, all those guys still would like to go in that locker room and draw up plays and be like, "Give me on this,"
hell yeah.
but they don't want to travel. They want to put the time into it. It's too much work
But
going
they
on.
can do it.
But the coach is like, the broadcasters look at the coach as like, "Fuck, that's."
Mhm.
I'd like to be the guy drawing up.
But
stuff.
they can still do it because they still watch football. They still go visit Nick Saban. They
I
hang
know.
out in his
You're
office
right.
and they watch video and they do all this shit, dude.
But the point is he gonna follow her around? Like, she's like, "Hey, Travis, okay, I'm going to
I'm playing 10 concerts,
Ukraine to this. We're doing the Eastern Europe
Yeah.
trip. Can you come with me?
and you got to come to the show every night.
Yeah.
And you got to cheer me on.
Cheer me on." And I'm singing the same songs
Yeah.
over and over again.
And all your boys are like doing fun things, like somewhere else. So now you have
Maybe
to.
she's like, "I don't want you,
you
to be
gotta
home
like,
alone.
you gotta like love me.
You need to be by me." We're, yeah, dude. That
and
could
like
be,
now you're gonna see me when I'm stressed out, when I'm fucking
yeah,
tired,
Now you're gonna
when
listen
I'm
to
in
me.
a bad mood.
Yeah,
Because
Andy.
like Taylor's like, fuck, I gotta do another concert tonight. I got fucking thousands of people. I gotta go
Yep.
put the happy face on. I'm pissed off.
the stage is fucked
Dude,
up.
how's he gonna handle
We
that?
got caught through customs.
Yeah.
Da-da-da.
See, now we'll get the real feel for
Yeah.
how much he's willing to put into this, because he's gonna have to put some effort into
You might
this.
be you're onto something there, Andy.
Yeah, thank you.
What about this whole Hockey Canada mental health? The mental
Well,
health.
those are two different.
No. But like these 5 guys that
Yeah.
were they summoned? Is that what you call it?
Well, I guess they're going to be. Well, they got arrested technically. They're going to be charged. They had to
Damn.
turn themselves in, so they're getting charged with something. I don't think it's been made public what they're being charged with.
How many girls were involved? One.
I guess one, and
they have
apparently
text
she was
messages?
paid over like $3.5 million. Apparently, there's a lot of evidence behind the scenes, video, text messages,
I saw
maybe.
it, yeah.
You saw the video?
No, I saw text messages.
What
Hey,
were they saying?
Basically, hey, we're good. She's like, yeah, it's consensual. Da, 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 that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
well, so I feel like this will be interesting once it gets into court.
Yeah.
And you have legal representation involved, and they cross examination, evidence being presented.
Yeah, dude.
Then we can really truly judge. But it's also a message for a lot of young up and coming athletes, man. Just be careful, dude.
You gotta be careful.
Got to
man.
be careful,
And
man.
is
Make
it-
smart decisions, dude.
Can I ask? Because I know you read up on all this stuff more. I was trying to read up. There's a lot going on. But are they saying that the 5 guys that were called out, they were all involved with this same girl on the same night?
Believe so, yes.
Can I just say something? And I don't even want, like, if we don't, there's no reason for that.
Mhm.
Like, do 1v1, dude. Like, this is, I don't care if she wants it. Like, that is such it's odd to
Mhm.
do. I know you're young, dude. Trust me. I get, but just stay away from that
Yeah.
shit. There's so many girls out there. Just fucking find a cool one and do it. And you know what? Like, she's going to regret it the next day, even if she wanted to do it.
Yeah.
The fuck? Gotta get away from
Stay
that
away
shit,
from
dude.
that, dude.
Get
Stay
away from that shit.
And
Now you
the-
gotta fucking film her and be like, you say this now. Like,
Right.
gee, what's the point of that then? With your buddy? Like,
Oh, did
come
they
on.
have her say that on
I think
video?
so. Like, again, it's all, that's what I read. Like, that they had
I don't know, man.
messages that, hey, we were good, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's just, you're setting up, you're rolling the fucking
Yeah.
dice,
But the
dude.
teams can't act like they're like surprised or they didn't know this. They all knew.
Of course.
I mean, that's why Formanton was probably playing over in Switzerland. I mean, Ottawa, I knew for a fact that Ottawa knew that
Yeah, dude.
he was involved. I know for a fact that Philly knew
Of course.
that Carter Hart was involved. It's not like they found out when the rest of us did. So teams can't act like it's a surprise, dude. They knew this was coming down the pipe. They didn't know exactly when it was going to come down, but they knew which players were involved, or at least they knew if there was a player inside their organization that was involved. They knew who that was. So
You knew this a while
I
back.
did, man.
And you called it, and we posted it, too.
I didn't say the names.
No, I know.
Purposely. I didn't feel like it was right to do so.
Yeah.
And this is not something I want to like celebrate either. Like, oh, I had this. Like this is like it's not like a great situation for
god-awful.
anybody,
It's
dude.
god-awful. For
It's-
hockey and
for
everything.
hockey and these kids, for the girl, everybody, dude. It's like not a good situation. So hopefully people learn from it. Hopefully, like USA Hockey and all the different federations, Hockey Canada can say, hey, look at the situation these kids are in, dude. You
Yeah.
better be fucking smart, man. Don't throw your life away
5 on
and
you
your
can't-
career away because of, one stupid decision when
Yeah,
you're, 18. 19.
Just go home and masturbate. That's all you got to do.
Oh, is that your advice?
Well, yeah, because look, and I know we're not clipping that off, but I'm just
You
letting
may
guys-
have to edit
No,
that
no,
part.
no. Listen, because that's your you know what thinks for you at times.
Mhm.
It does. Who you guys kidding? All y'all out there. What do you mean, Cam? What the fuck do you think I mean? Who you kidding? It might not be now because you're getting older. Well, there's a time where that thing is in control. You gotta control it. And sometimes you don't have to go 5-on-1 like that where you're
Mhm.
fucking rolling the dice if something stupid's gonna happen. Are you kidding? Go home and beat your dick off. Find a girl and fucking text her that night, blah, blah, blah. But goddamn. Like, what do you do? This girl's probably woke up like, what the fuck? I don't know. But like, even if she said she wanted to, it's just not worth it,
Dude.
It's not worth it. Stupid.
It should
We see their
probably-
fucking dinglings anyway.
I don't know if that shouldn't be illegal anyway. Like 5 guys to just take your
Girls,
term,
son.
dude.
Listen, you go on
that-
OnlyFans,
that's-
like there's girls that want to do that. Like, don't get me
I
wrong,
know.
but this might be the next thing.
But
But
they
who
have a-
knows?
they
You
have
say
a-
one weird thing to her, she's fucking pissed off. Like, no shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Look, I don't know. I don't want to talk too much. Not that I know anything,
Right.
but I'm just
Right.
I'm trying to put the
There's just
situation
a lot
together.
of shit.
Like I played junior. I get
Hey,
it.
there's a lot of shit that's going down in hockey right now, though.
Yeah.
Man. You got so much shit
Yeah.
happening.
Fucking
going
Danny
back
Briere.
from this Kyle Briere or the Kyle Briere, but the Kyle Beach situation or whatever. Joe Quimmo can't even get back into the league.
Yeah.
Got Corey Perry and his situation.
I know.
No one even like says what really happened. Like we don't find out. It's like
Yeah,
what
dude.
exactly happened, and anybody who thinks they knows what happened, like you really can't go forward with it because
No.
you don't know 100% sure. But like now he's back in the league. I heard that the league told Joel Quenneville that you can come back and coach in the NHL, but only as an assistant coach.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my God! As an assistant coach, this guy's one of the greatest head coaches
Yeah.
in the history of the game. You want him to come back as an assistant coach?
There's some drama.
What good is that gonna do, dude?
No idea. What is the point of that? Either no or yes or whatever.
I mean, you had the whole Bedard Perry. This is a lot of shit going down, dude.
I'm not gonna, like they're all weird, but even like your superstar Prince gets dragged through the mud. His family gets fuck me. What's going on here?
What is happening?
Drama. Hey, listen.
And
hey, the NFL's got his shit. NBA's got his shit.
NHL does too. Don't act like it doesn't, man.
No doubt. It's different. It's weird, but it's not good. But I think the product's good. There's some fucking great games going on. Big hits, fast. I don't know. Are people complaining about the game? I think people start, even the old school cats, the old school tough guys, man, that we talk to all the time. I think they're starting to come around like game's fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You'll get some shitty matchups here and there, but they're usually interesting.
No, they're pretty entertaining.
Dude, just watching a game fully like that, like every second of it, it was a lot. Even the weird parts of the game, there's always interesting shit.
What'd you think of the Gallagher hit on Pellick?
Jesus.
Oh my God,
damn,
Gallagher.
boy. Yeah, man, like that was like a lazy, I'm going to stop and give you one of these. Like you weren't even lining them up that well.
Mm-hmm.
That's such a hard hit to make when you're kind of in the stand. You just eat chicken wing them. That's 5 games, dude.
So you don't think it should have been more than 5?
I think.
You
when was the last time
you don't think he should have had an in-person hearing?
Yeah, okay. That wouldn't have bothered me.
Like you don't think the player safety missed an opportunity to like make an example out of like
that's. You have to make an example out of everybody though.
No,
like Gallagher's a little guy and he fucking plays his ass off. I don't give a. I know if you're gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, that doesn't bother me. I like that kid.
I just wonder. I agree because it's a little bit out of character.
What has he done in the past?
He plays hard in front. Well, he's only been like fined one time at 800
okay,
games.
no, you give him the
and
benefit
that
of the
came
doubt.
into play. I think when every media member comes out like right off the bat and they're like, "That's at least 10 games. That's 20 games." I think player safety's like, "Fuck off!" Like we're not gonna be pushed into a corner based on what you guys are screaming about on social media. The angry mob. That's 15.
Yep.
But I do feel like he should have, at least at minimum, had an in-person hearing to have to really like explain himself, dude. What were you thinking in this situation? I understand he hasn't.
That's fine.
He hasn't had a history of being suspended, but that's like saying like somebody who kills a bunch of people or kills somebody is like, well, I've only knocked 2 people out. I never killed anybody before. Just knocked them out.
If the kid would have got hurt, who'd he hit? I forgot.
Pellick.
If he was knocked out, different story. But he wasn't. He popped back up.
David Perron, does he have any suspension history like before? Like he got more games than Gallagher, and the guy didn't even like hardly miss any shifts. The guy came back in the same game, and he got more games.
I'm just saying, him right in the head.
He did, dude, and he came from distance.
Yeah, but you could still say the Gallagher hit's still kind of a hockey put. You want to hit the guy, and maybe
he didn't need to.
No, it wasn't good. It's hard.
Dude, if he had Torres or he had Cook,
if he does this again,
Cook on the back of his jersey, dude, people are like, that guy should be. And I know he's done it 15, 30 times, but it was like a similar type of hit that we see on some of those
now
guys.
You're marked. So now Gallagher's marked. Mm-hmm. So if he goes out there and tries to go at a guy in the corner and try to line him up and just catches him a little weird, even if it was kind of like, he's going to get freaking ding now, dude.
I just think.
So he's
in-person hearing, we've seen other guys get 6. I would have been okay with 6. I'm fine with 5. I just thought like even going a little over that threshold, I think would have been sufficed. I mean, you could say, hey, set an example, but the reality is you don't have too many guys delivering those type of hits.
5 games.
It's a long time. It's a long time.
You know what I mean?
Didn't you get 5 games once?
Yeah, and mine was worse.
Was it?
I think
on Matt Bradley?
Look it up on YouTube. You tell me. It was late. He pissed me off in the corner, dude. And which is the stupidest excuse ever. So he chirped me, you're cool. And I catch him late, and it was bad. And I got dinged for 5. Mm-hmm. And it was right Olympic break was happening. So
I'm not one of those that just screams at player safety all the time. You know what I'm saying?
No,
I mean, no matter who you put in that
5 games,
no matter
elbow. I mean,
no matter who you put in that chair, and dude, 20 years from now, people are going to hate player safety, no matter who it is.
Yeah, I know.
It doesn't matter. I mean, think about all the different people that have been in charge. People
Could be a woman.
People hated Shanahan, dude, when he was in charge of player safety. It's like a
Who else was involved? Stefan Quintal?
He was. Pronger was for a little bit too. Rob Blake was, I believe.
Yeah. They all take a beating.
It's just, it's a, Brian Burke was at one point.
Thankless job.
It's a no-win
situation
job to be in.
Yeah.
And George Peros, like, he takes a lot of heat.
He does. He hides though, man. Like, he's not any, like, I don't see him, like, he just does this thing behind the scenes.
I know.
But like, people are complaining. It's 5 games.
5 games is a lot of games.
It's 5 games. Like, and it's Gallagher.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a repeat offender.
No.
Doesn't bother me.
I didn't have a problem with that at the time.
Didn't bother me.
But all I'm saying is, like, you could probably reduce some of the criticism by just saying, hey, we're going to have you come in-person hearing. Because everyone was like, whoa, no in-person hearing. He's just getting a phone.
Go away.
Yeah, I know.
They'll go away. You know what I mean?
But the mob, they come and get you, dude.
They'll get you.
What?
They'll get you. Like,
dude,
it's scary.
I'm watching Pierre-Luc Dubois. Dude, I don't mean this disrespectfully. I'm trying to, like, say it as respectfully as I can. But I am convinced that NHL personnel, they don't know players as well as they pretend to know. I mean, you can't know everybody. And I just don't think from team to team to team to team, these guys who run NHL teams and make decisions, they're not as smart as they want you to believe they are, dude. And this is the latest example. They gave this guy 8 years and $68 million. He's on his 3rd team. It's like, you can't tell me you did all your due diligence. And it's like, you look at Patrick Laine, he's going through some issues and whatever, but like people who have known Patrick Laine for years have always questioned his work ethic and consistency and all that type of stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Then you get a guy like...
And I know I'm not even picking on him because he's going through some personal stuff, and I think his dad passed away a couple years ago. He's probably, he's not scoring at the level he wants. I mean, dude, he needs like a mental reset or whatever he needs, a break, whatever you want to call it, to get himself feeling good. Man, I'm all for it, whatever you got to do to take care of yourself. All I'm saying is you see more deals that are made and bad signings and whatever. I just, all these, like, I see them all, man. Like,
not just players, coaches,
the
too.
GMs, the coaches, the scouts.
Hiring coaches.
Dude, are they really paying attention?
Well, a lot of times they're probably trying to roll the dice. Like, even if you went back to Hawley, like Hawley, I think, even come out of Minnesota, didn't he have a bad reputation coming in? Lazy, yeah.
Out of shape.
And then all of a sudden you're like, you give away, you try to make a monster trade and it works out. So sometimes it does work out. But I get what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
There's a lot of fuck ups, man.
Dude.
Big time.
Like, you just got to
It could ruin you, too.
It can. I'm not picking on anybody.
Listen what the LA Kings, every time now Dowdy's out doing shit.
Oh, he's calling out the team. I love that.
Everybody's calling everybody out. Like, they just
Who do you think he's calling out? He's not calling out Kopitar.
No.
He's not calling out Moore. He's not calling out Kempe. He's not calling out Deneau. He's fucking calling out Pierre-Luc Dubois.
Dubois.
That's who he's fucking calling out. So you want to hand these guys like 8 years, $68 million deals, dude. He wanted it out of Winnipeg. He wanted it out of Columbus. You're just gonna give him an 8-year deal, and they're like, I'm surprised that it's just not working out. Like, and he may have a good year or two over the course of this contract. And I understand that you felt like he was just gonna make your roster so dominant down the middle, and is gonna give you like a level of depth at the center position that you could just dream about. But at the end of the day, it's like people around the league are like, dude, I could have told you that about Pierre-Luc Dubois, that it was going to come with a level of frustration.
Yeah, it ain't working out. It's not working out at all.
You know?
But, yeah. I on a selfish note here, living in St. Louis, we do root for the Blues, We want them. The fans are great here. We want them in the playoffs. Going through a weird funk. They've had a good run for a long time. We don't really talk about the Blues much on here anyway.
No,
we talk about everything.
We don't.
We really do.
But they're an interesting team because now they got their power play going. Dude, listen, it's like Edmonton. If you get goaltending, which the Blues are getting great goaltending right now. Like Jordan Binnington, I've said it over and over, man. When this guy's on his game, he is a top 10 goaltender in the league, hands down.
He's damn.
And if you were to pick one goaltender in the league in a must-win game, dude, I would have a hard time not choosing Jordan Binnington to be my goalie. And in a one-game situation, dude, this guy can just flip a switch and turn
Freak
it
mode.
on and go
Yeah.
into freak mode,
Yeah.
dude, and you're not scoring on this guy.
Hey, Joe Hofer was pretty dang good
and
too.
he's been good too, man. And
Vancouver
you
game.
gave me shit in the offseason because I kept pumping his tires, dude.
You're right, Andy.
I was like, this guy's
Well,
the real
time
deal,
out though.
dude.
This was like in July, fucking 4th of July was going on. All kinds of cool shit's going down, and he's talking about Joe Hofer. I'm just like, okay,
That's
like,
not
just
true,
save it.
dude.
No, it was kind of true.
And I was like, this guy.
I'm talking about Lake of the Ozark crashes, like people are dying places, and he's talking about Joe Hofer. But you're right. He's been pretty good. Now he needs to work on some plays behind the net.
I know.
All in puck stuff.
Well,
it's
you
all
see
good.
that with guys who are aggressive
know.
and good
I'm
with
just
the puck.
saying.
I know.
Just saying.
Like, he's not Bennington either. So we got
I
to
was watching
make that
games,
clear.
boy.
You know
I
what
watched
mean?
every second of him. He made some monster saves, and he tried to play the puck in overtime. Kind of.
I know, gave it back right back to him.
Yeah. It's all good. All learning shit, dude.
What do you think of Patrick Waugh coming back? Can I just say something that may be a little like, maybe I just don't understand it, even though I feel like I have a good handle on
What?
hockey and the history of the game and the league and whatever. Like, I get that Patrick Waugh was coming back to Montreal. That's always a big deal. But it wasn't the first time he came back. Like, he's been recognized by the fans there before, right? He's been back as a head coach when he was with Colorado.
Yeah, 10 years ago.
10 years ago. And
Pump him up, dude. Who cares?
hold on. And I know he's been recognized probably for other things, like been back in Montreal. I just felt like, what if you're Marty St. Louis and you're on the other bench and you're like, what the fuck, man? Like, our whole crowd is like giving the visiting coach like this standing ovation. I know he's Patrick Waugh, and it was all about Patrick Waugh, but it's like, I'm kind of glad Montreal won that game, dude. You know what I mean?
I loved it.
Yeah.
This doesn't bother me at all. Like I was a superstar
Well,
there.
and he
I'm
was
just-
getting emotional about
It
it.
was awesome.
And
he hasn't been there in 10 years. Like, screw that.
Has he
dude.
not been there in 10 years?
He's
Maybe
been coaching the Q
Well,
for 10
maybe he hasn't been there.
No, but not like this.
as
This
a
is now
coach.
you're back in the game, baby,
Mhm.
and you're gonna be playing. No, that was awesome. They're gonna be playing each other quite a bit.
Listen, nobody
Same
does
conference.
it like Montreal. So I'm
Oh,
not
it
chirping
doesn't
the
bother me.
situation. I just feel like it was just a lot to
Didn't bother me at all.
you wouldn't see that anywhere else, dude. I'm just telling you. You wouldn't see it anywhere else with any other player, dude. Like you could have like did that even
He's
happen
special.
when like Gretzky went back to Edmonton for the first time
I
to
bet you
coach
$1 billion it did.
with the Arizona
I
Coyotes?
bet you $1 billion it did. And things change now. Like there's different. You do different
And
things.
he is a legit
Dude, he's in the
icon.
rafters.
He
Come on.
he is
that bothers you? You need to calm
no,
down.
didn't bother me. I'm asking, was
Dude,
it too much?
It was awesome.
He is probably
Hey, did he do a concert afterwards as a country singer?
dude. No, that's only happened.
He waved
it
and he's
only
like, "Let's go," and
happens
then
here.
they lost. But they gave him, dude, that guy he did a lot, man. He's part of in that organization. He's part of the upper echelon.
Dude, he is
what are
probably
we
if you
doing?
were to rank Canadian living royalty, he would be number one.
I would say I'd be pissed if they didn't do that.
But like during the national anthem, I watched it live.
Badass. That was
they're
badass.
showing him drinking out
That
of
was
the cup and everything.
badass, dude. I'm looking at that like, damn.
I
I'm
know.
like, I got like,
Oh,
like
dude,
let's go, baby.
I made my kid watch it.
I know.
I was
Then
like,
what are you
dude,
talking
I was like,
about?
dude, you got to watch this. This guy's a legend.
awesome.
And he's going, and I knew the whole build up,
Yeah.
leading up to
See,
it.
now you're looking at it like, yeah.
No.
That was badass.
I just wondered if it, like, you just,
No.
you don't see it too often.
Not at all.
They
dude.
had reporters, dude, that were glued to Patrick Waugh that were following him around for
I
like
know.
2 days
Good.
before he even got there.
Good. You're a monster. You're helping out the Islanders.
Well, why don't-
You're the biggest, most popular
Why
thing
doesn't
going.
Montreal just hire him? They should have hired him as the head coach.
I don't know. And not to mention Montreal hasn't they haven't been good in a while. Although they went
What is Montreal?
I don't know.
I watched them. I'm like, first off, that first overall pick they drafted a couple years ago. He's
Yardlowski?
always like mad at somebody.
The
Always
big,
has
the big check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He always has like a angry look on his face.
I tell you what,
You got Caulfield who's just kind of like running around. You got Jack Eye who's
Where's
now,
Jack Eye?
He's back. He
Can
was
he-
down in the minors.
I like the Blues. Get that son of a bitch. Jack Eye. Big boy defenseman. He was piss pumping guys in minors. God, he knocked some cats out too. He throws like old school guys do.
Mhm.
Like down the
No,
pipe
he's
hard.
like a legit.
He's legit hardcore tough.
Yeah.
And I don't say that often, to be honest with you.
Mhm. Who else is?
I mean, Delorier is. Reaver.
Dude, Delorier's
Mhm.
fights are not that
I know.
exciting, dude. Who did he just fight the other day?
Clem Costin.
Costin.
Yeah. Just a little shout out to
And
Clemmy
he got-
Costin.
And I'll give Costin credit,
Yeah.
man. He's hanging out and
Yep.
doing his thing and
Yeah.
whatever.
Yep.
And you know what? He is what he is. And he used to take boxing lessons, whatever.
Yep.
He is not a heavyweight.
You know, I'll give you another shout out.
Well, he is not a heavy. I mean, like
No.
you know what I'm saying.
He's lefty.
People wouldn't, but he's tough. And I don't know. But that's who Delorier's fighting right now. I mean,
No, I know.
you know what I'm saying.
So I'm just saying he's still pretty tough.
And he didn't beat the shit out of him. Costin, he got that one punch in, and Costin went down.
Other than that,
And then-
you know,
And then he
some
yelled.
of the big,
Then he yelled at Costin for like falling down.
some of the big, you know, who's got a badass decor? God, Vancouver,
Oh yeah.
dude. They got Zadorov.
I've never been
and-
a
Hold on, they got Zadorov and Tyler Meyer.
dude. Zadorov was terrible in that game.
I'm just saying.
You know he played one shift in the third period,
Yeah, but look,
right?
but okay,
No,
that was a bad
Did you
game.
know that? One shift in the third period. He was so fucking bad.
That was a bad game for him.
You look at just go watch the replay of Toropchenko's goal. in
Well,
that game.
obviously he must be doing something right there
Is he
because
playing like 9 minutes, 10 minutes in that
with
game?
him and Tyler Meyer,
Tyler Myers is like always been inconsistent. I've never been a huge Tyler Myers
they're
guy.
huge.
They're big.
Andy, I
Tyler
think they're good. No, I know.
Zadorov he hits, and I'll give him credit, man. He is a hitter, and he'll put some fear in you as you come across the blue line. But
Even Ian Cole
from
was
a
stuffing guys.
I like Ian Cole. Ian Cole can fucking
the
play.
Blues had like 18 shots on goal
Yeah.
that game.
Zadorov didn't even play in the third period, and he's like losing battles in front. The Blues are scoring goals. Like they were fucking pissed off at him. So
I would like him on the team though, 100%. And Tyler
can
Meyer.
he defend?
He wasn't that. I don't know. Like the Blues weren't like getting too many chances. I'm just saying.
Well, he went
They
on the
weren't.
ice. Played
Because they're loaded.
one shift.
They're
in the
loaded.
Third period, dude.
Well, I said I like their decor.
I know you did. I like Quinn Hughes, dude.
Yeah, I like
you want
him
to
a
talk
lot.
about their decor? I like Quinn Hughes.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
he was unbelievable in that game. He like fucking smacks his stick down,
Oh, yeah.
beaver tail and everything.
Oh yeah.
Give him the puck. And the Blues at the end of that when they
Yeah.
scored late. were
Like not Zadorov.
you got to.
Hey, Cam's like, oh, I love their decor. Let's start with Zadorov and not Quinn
Well,
Hughes.
They're huge though. They're just big, dude. They were shoving guys. They're just mean. They were mean.
Yeah.
It's a good team, dude. They are loaded. They are a loaded team. Vancouver.
I just
I
feel
like 'em.
I just see some of
They're
these
fun.
guys disappearing in the playoffs. I worry about
Maybe.
that. Is Brock Besser gonna be there in the postseason?
I don't know.
Pedersen.
Canada needs you.
Pedersen, are you gonna be there in the postseason?
Is he gonna get stuffed? you know?
JT, I love JT's game.
He's
JT plays like the most effortless style. Like
He's
he makes
cool.
everything look so damn easy. I like Vancouver, man. I am buying the Vancouver Canucks, but they're looking for a top 6 winger right now too.
Yeah. I like their team. They're fun to watch. They were fun.
And Wheelander, I believe, who was a defenseman, drafted by Vancouver. I can tell you all this too. The Canuck fans out there, he is returning to Boston University for a second year. So I don't know if that's out there, but he's not coming out.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
So they won't have him next year. I mean, Zadorov, dude. I love that he
I like him,
hits,
dude.
but
Is he that bad? What's his,
I don't
what's
think
his
he's
plus
very-
minus?
you want to look up?
Yeah,
You
just
wanna
real
know-
quick. Because you're chirping them pretty good.
I'm not. I
I just watch those guys they're just like the kind of player. And Tyler Meyer could play, man. Like he could skate, dude.
I
He gets
like-
up and
listen,
down the ice.
Didn't he win the Calder?
I don't know, but he didn't look bad at all. I don't know why you're chirping too much on those two.
Zadorov? I don't
I
think he's
like
a
him.
very good defender, dude. I got to be honest with you. I really
Where's
don't.
he at?
I mean, he's like +6, but who isn't plus on Vancouver, dude? Let me tell you what the rest of
Yeah.
their DR, dude.
Yeah.
When it comes with like for plus minus, Hughes is like plus
30.
plus 34.
Yeah.
Hronek, who's a hell of a
He's
player.
good too. Hronek.
You don't even talk about him. He's plus 30,
Yeah, he's damn good. Well, they play together.
plus 33. Let's find some other D. Tyler Myers plus 13. I mean, they're all plus. Ian Cole plus 10.
Ian Cole was, dude, he looks big.
Zadorov, no goals, 4 assists. He's plus 6 in 24 games.
Yeah, I
Is
guess
that
he's
right?
not that. Yeah, I don't know.
He's big and he hits, but
It could be different in the playoffs where he could be.
Talkett's like, fuck, dude, whatever. You run, play some fucking D.
Yeah.
Or,
And you know what?
or you can sit your ass in the fight. Yeah, I can't even put you out there because you can't even like control fucking
Yeah.
Toropchenko in front of the net, dude.
That
And-
was on him, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
And then Hazy paid. Yeah.
So
yeah, you're right, Andy. You're right on that.
Hey, I won't say he just didn't play much. Fucking Taka doesn't fuck around too.
He don't
You know
fuck
what I'm
around,
saying?
does he?
If this guy is just crushing everything,
He didn't hit
and
much
just,
in that game either. I
no,
guess.
but like really like just giving you everything he's got. Like Taka's not sitting his ass down, dude, for a period. Dude.
Yeah, you're probably
In
right
the
on that.
third period, when they hadn't lost in like 11 games.
Yeah, and they're
or
like
something.
scrambling
Yeah,
too.
exactly. You know, they win every fucking night.
Although he could be good in the playoffs because they could just have that fucking. You could have that extra whack.
Mm-hmm.
You could hold on to them a little extra longer.
Yeah.
You can get your elbow up here and there a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like that team though. They were fun to watch.
But Pedersen, they got his contract looming and all that. I'm all about the Vancouver Canucks. I love this Quinn Hughes, man. He's just
God, is he good?
he's a hell of a player.
He is special.
But the rest of the guys, we're gonna see, man. They're having listen. It's been nobody expected them to be this good, right? I think people thought that they could be good. What do you think if you're a head coach? If you're like Bruce Boudreau, or if you are, what's his name out of Edmonton?
Knobloch?
No, the guy who got fired.
Oh,
Woodcroft.
yeah.
What if you're like all of a sudden you get fired and the teams that like just all of a sudden become like the best teams in the league after that's got to be hard to watch, dude, and hard to take.
Well,
because
Mike Gill went through it really hard.
Oh my God, because he's never gotten a head coaching job again.
Yeah, no, I know.
He's been an assistant. He'll always find his way
He's
as
on a
an
good team now.
assistant. Oh yeah, he is. But he's never gotten that head coaching job. Like if I'm a GM and I'm interviewing like Jay Woodcroft, I gotta be like, dude, like what's the deal here? Like why? You know, and he's like, well, I went to the conference final.
Yeah. Sometimes it's not really you. It's the players just have this like weird. They all come together and it's like this is what we're gonna think.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. It just
We've seen that
it's not a good
firsthand.
fit.
And even I told you I saw that with like John Madden and those guys back in 06 where the Devils were dominating and 23 games over. And they just didn't like Claude Julien.
Yeah.
And I'm a kid. I had no idea why.
Yeah.
It just was like the weirdest thing
Mhm.
that happened. And then Lou took over. Weird.
All right, let's get to Jim Dowd, dude. Wait, did I wasn't calling out Patrick Waugh to say
No one thinks that.
Now you were saying some things about Zadorov, you know, so
Yeah, I didn't even like. I was just thinking like I love that team's fun to watch. They kicked the Blues'
I'm
ass.
not saying he's terrible, dude.
Like,
a
I'm
lot of
watching-
people agree with you.
I like him. He's got his flow and
I just
warm-ups
don't
and
think he's
stuff.
very good.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Like he didn't play in that third period. I was too busy watching like Holfer stand his ground.
Oh yeah, he's
Like
a
the
fucking
Canucks
monster,
are
dude.
good, man. They're fun. They're fast.
I
as
love the
shit.
Canucks,
Fast
but
as shit.
somebody who's great in the regular season is going to lose in the
Yoink.
first round, dude.
Yeah, I know.
So who's it going to be?
Don't know. Who knows? The Kings might turn shit around. You never know.
Maybe they have no goaltending.
They're
You know, Cam
goofy.
Talbot's going to the All-Star game and he's lost 10 straight games.
Is that bad?
Can we stop putting every team have a representative in the All-Star game?
You don't like that?
If I'm a terrible team, I like it because you want to have somebody get in.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I get that, man. Let's put the best guys out
but
there.
they need a goaltender, man. LA, you need a goalie. They know that, and I would imagine they're going to get one.
I
but
tell you this, so
they're
if
in
I'm
some trouble, dude.
if I'm a player, that 10 days, I want to go chill, get away from everything, regroup.
Yeah.
Because you got the
That's how I feel. Does anybody have
yeah.
rental property available that maybe I can explore?
Sometimes you got to, dude. I haven't seen the sun in a long time. Sometimes you got to go down to Florida and just go and rent a little
Dude,
house,
I know,
spend the
I know.
money, and just go sit on the damn beach
I know.
and soak the sun in, man,
Yeah.
and regroup, and then get your ass back and go back to work.
Mhm.
I don't know.
Get your ass back and go back.
Get back and get back to work, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim Dowd, not to be confused with Nick Dowd. There's a lot of Dowds,
Yeah.
dude.
Jimmy D, he's one of my favorite teammates ever. Fucking hilarious. He's got OCD. We got to ask him about that.
Oh man,
I know.
there's a lot of things I want to talk to him. And
I'd
for
mess
for
his
the
room up.
record, we haven't even talked to
We
him.
haven't talked to him yet. We got him next because everything's been fucked up.
I
from,
got
that
some
year.
stuff on.
But
him.
Jimmy D, boy, he is the funniest son of a bitch. And he was good to me. I was the youngest kid.
Mhm.
And he was one of the oldest guys, had his own room. And I'd go in his room after games and just start messing things up, like moving things like this. And he would just tell me stories and walk behind me
and just
fix it. And he wouldn't even know he's doing it. It was a weird
So he didn't know you were trying to piss him off.
No. He just was telling stories. And everywhere I went, I just moved
Mhm.
something
You
different.
know, my wife's like that, dude.
Is she?
Oh yeah. Like when the cleaning ladies come, you
Yeah.
know,
Yoink.
she goes around the house and moves everything back to where it was, dude. She knows everything around the house.
Yeah, well, Kate does too, but she's
Okay.
not OCD. Meaning, like, if I move something, she's gonna come over and fix it while I'm sitting there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that would drive me nuts.
Dude, OCD is a real
Big time.
real issue.
I got weird things too, man. Like when I'm cold, like sometimes my body feels fucked up. Like I got gel in my hair. I feel like I don't know, just weird
gel
shit.
in your hair. That's
you got
your
grease
OCD.
in my hand, grease on my hands. I have to wash my hands. You know. But my fear. Can I say something? My fear of heights.
Who do we have? Colin Wilson, dude.
Yeah.
Talked a lot
Big
about
time.
OCD.
Everybody's different in different ways, man. There's guys that have to tie their skates 50 fucking times a game, or fix, or they have to cut up their skate laces every single period.
Yeah.
Weird shit.
What's my OCD? I wonder. I think I probably have some.
Oh, you have to be on the phone all the time.
Oh,
Andy always has to be talking to somebody. Andy doesn't like again. Andy would want me in the best situation possible for him. I'd be sitting over there and he would just talk and I would laugh. Instead of chiming in, I would laugh at his jokes and maybe keep the ball up by saying, that's good,
We went
Andy.
and met with this production company a while back, and the guy was like, so what are you thinking? What's your vision? I was like, well, I'd like to have a desk with a microphone, right? I have a desk here, and then Cam's kind of like on a couch.
I'm over there. And I just chime in.
Cam's listening.
You know, like radio shows.
And I'm waiting for him to like pick up on what I'm saying.
If you know radio shows and like the guy there's a main guy that talks, and then like the board op will chime in here and there just to laugh at what they say and whatnot. Andy wants that from me. I don't think he gets to talk at home before he comes here, and so therefore he just goes, baby. But it's all good, man.
Damn.
What?
It's a lot. It's a lot to handle. It's a lot to handle. All right, let's get to Jim
I'm glad we're
Dowd,
back in the
dude.
studio, by the way.
Me too.
Check us out on YouTube as well.
Terrible talking to you.
I'm sorry
on
about
your
all that.
Stupid headphones.
Stupid ass
if
headphones.
If I did that to you, you'd be losing
I'd be
your
pissed.
mind.
No. I fucked that up. My bad. It was kind of a clusterfuck during that day. But I brought these
Matty
stupid...
fell on the ice, dude. Did you ask him
God.
how he's doing?
Are you all right, homeboy? Let me see that bruise. Right quick. There's a lot of people that blew tires, dude. But that sucked. And we were off a little bit as well with like it's all good. So we're back here. We're doing our thing.
Yeah.
And
you want to come over for the Super Bowl? Just come over, dude. No, you and Kate. It's early, dude. It's 5:00. So you come over
not early on a Sunday.
Well, come over about 3. And we'll start the free
we do
party.
something on a Saturday? Sunday's just I don't want to leave the house on a Sunday.
Well, we can do something Saturday.
A Saturday is better. If you and Lori want to do something.
But the game's on Sunday. That's my point.
If somebody in my subdivision has a party on Super Bowl, what am I going to get a car service out to your house? I'm not going to have Kate drive home.
Why?
Super Bowl Sunday. It's just we're going to drink. She's going to drive. What do you mean why?
Yeah,
I got to explain that to everybody. Good God.
Yeah. Okay.
See, you got to understand. That's a pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, come over. Well, okay. Well, Kate's driving. Like, okay, so I'm not going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, she's going to do it. She's going to roll the dice and she's not going to drink the whole night just to be at your house. No offense. It's not worth it.
That's a tough one.
We get the fire going. I don't want to leave. All my buddies, when I got home Sunday, were like, we're going to Wildwood Pub and watching a game. I'm like, dude, I got vodka. I got beer. I got mimosas. They got a fire going. House is immaculate because I haven't been there in a week. I got food. We got homemade chili cook. I go, come over here. They just want to get the fuck out of their house.
Who's they?
Because my buddies have kids, man. Like that's they get me out, Give me
Somebody asked me the other day
I don't want to leave.
if you're going to have kids.
Man, I don't think my sperm works.
Well, yeah,
He laughs at that.
No, I don't, dude. The way
like
you
my sperm
say
work.
it, the way you say
maybe
it.
I partied too goddamn much. I don't know. Maybe
the way you say it, you try to make
maybe God's
me laugh.
like, Cam, you're a good person overall. You've done some fucked up shit. That's fine. We can't have you reproducing. We can't have you spreading your seed.
How does Kate deal with that?
She's fine.
Is she upset about it?
She's gonna get like a
artificial, like a
no.
She's gonna carry for somebody. People do that. They carry for others.
No.
Would you let her carry for?
Oh no.
If my wife couldn't have a baby, would you let Carrie? Or would you let Kate carry for us?
No. If I had a ton of money,
dude,
for you,
let her.
She's gonna have a child that's not mine.
My
Are you
baby.
out of your motherfucking mind? That's a goddamn nightmare.
Oh, she would have the baby.
No, she's still pure. You know what I mean?
And
and she's gonna have your
give it to me.
Although it probably won't even affect her anyway. Probably. Although Ty's huge, so who the fuck knows? But anyway, like, I don't know, man. It's all good. It's all good. If it wasn't meant to be, the Lord's like, we just don't want that happening.
Yeah.
Cam.
But you know what?
We don't want you to spread your
It'll
seed.
happen when you least expect it.
No, dude, it's over. Like,
when we get off the air,
I honestly think I partied way so hard, dude. I think it just like depleted my fucking.
Hey, when we get off the air, I'll tell you what you need to do.
No, I don't want it.
No, because like there's something there's a way you make a baby. I'll explain to you how to do that.
I've done it all.
Well, apparently you've done it all, except figure, although
I know you could joke about it all you want, but that's a serious thing.
Okay,
like,
fuck.
You
Now
can joke about
now
like,
I gotta feel bad again.
No, I'm just saying.
We'll take that out again.
No.
Jesus.
No, this is what I have to deal with.
I'm not, because that's people
you can joke about it all you
people
want.
deal with it. It's a very serious
big time.
situation.
I know people that spend 50 fucking grand.
Oh,
now,
dude.
I would adopt. If I had a ton of money, I probably would adopt.
Don't make it sound like I'm making fun, because people are going through serious shit. Tell the people, please.
He's fine. He's chirping me. It's all good.
Yeah.
But I would adopt if I had a ton of money. But Kate and I just have to live long enough so I don't die early and she finds somebody else and then she goes to heaven.
Oh my God.
With that guy, and I'm stuck there fucking waiting my turn like an asshole. I know. I gotta fucking take care of my shit.
Yeah, no, it's a very serious matter. But I would tell people though, like I know how to have a boy, like with 100%.
We gotta get going.
So I have never released the details of how to have a boy 100%. Did I tell you that I went in to have a vasectomy, by the way, and the doctor told me I don't qualify. He asked me if I had been kicked in the balls or if I had been working out, heavily lifting weights recently.
You had to ask that question.
He goes, have you been working out a lot? He goes, were you kicked in the midsection recently? Which is a possibility, because something about my current condition, I don't qualify to have a vasectomy, dude.
They want you to reproduce.
He said it's a health hazard if I were to do it. I could die or something.
Well, then don't do it then.
Yeah, I know. Well, but I'm trying to get one because I need to.
See, Andy brags about how he has to stop spreading the seed, where I'm just struggling.
No, that's not.
So struggling.
Dude, why are you trying to say that?
I want to have a little Cam Jr.,
Let me.
Little a Cam Jr.,
I could probably
he'd be a good kid.
I want Kate to carry for us. Okay?
Fuck you.
Sleep next to you every night with my baby. Oh,
she's grumpy as shit because of Andy's child. And my God. Oh, my God. That's a nightmare.
Would you allow your wife to carry for your best friend?
Oh, hell no. No, man. Oh, that's funny, dude. That sucks.
Is there any of your friends?
Pesto, I'm hungry. Like, God damn you. I got Andy's kid. I get nothing out of this. God, it's horrible. All right. We got to get going here.
Listen, we talked about First Form earlier in the show about this amazing customer service. They're sending me handwritten notes apologizing. You don't even have to apologize. Even when they're late, they're faster than everybody else.
Check out this shirt, by the way, dude.
That has the hood in it.
Yoink.
And they're only late because of a crazy ice storm we had.
It's got a hoodie. I got my daddy.
People are ice skating in the driveway.
This is like comfy as shit right here, baby.
It's like fleece.
So badass stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man, that's nice. I ordered one of those. I can't wait for it to come in, actually.
I got these bad boys.
What else you got?
Like, this saved me on the road trip I was on, because I got to stop eating just room service. It cost me out the ass.
What was your room service bill?
Oh.
Did you leave it on the Blues tab?
Fuck no.
What was it? How much was it?
I probably spent, because I got to get a different system. Probably about $500-600.
Really?
Maybe more.
Was it?
Yeah. But I spent a lot of money on stuff. Like, that's my jam. Like, I want to
What are you
be
getting?
comfortable.
Like bottles of wine and stuff?
Yeah, one couple nights. But then I started going to the store because we're just in and out. I'm walking through Vancouver. Yeah. There's nothing. I'm like, where's a liquor store in Vancouver? Like, just for the plane or something like that. It's just far away. I'm like, I'm fucking 2 miles walk. I'm like, okay. I got good guessing get an Uber, but I'm just like, this is whatever.
Yeah, I know.
So I starved myself.
Did you bring liquor for the plane and stuff like that?
Yeah, wine, stuff like that. Just my own little thing.
You know what I mean? A little one?
Yeah, just like
you didn't bring enough for the whole group to share? Or?
No, man. Everybody's on their own with that stuff. Okay. And I don't want to drink the beer the players get. Look like a Hoosier doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So just bring your own stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
No.
You
Check these bad boys out. These like save the day right here.
firstform.com/Cam Strick.
20 grams of protein makes you horny.
Use
just
our
so
link.
all y'all know.
Firstform.com/Cam Strick. You can get beef sticks. You can get the energy drinks, which I find now I have to have an energy drink every day throughout the course of the day, dude. When I'm feeling like
no, you have a long day, man. When you have to get up with the kids, and then you gotta work till 10:30 at night.
It's amazing, yeah.
Yeah, work till 10:30 at night.
Get the protein powder, dude. You can get hoodies like that. This is First Form too, actually.
Yeah,
this shirt is First Form. So
looks good.
This is A-Cane. This is First Form. This is A-Cane. This is First Form.
Yeah, we know.
That's
God damn it.
Form. That's all First Form. A-Cane, by the way, which is not even a sponsor, but like they make the cut resistant
I got one. I brought actually that jacket.
Yeah.
That's 3 times bigger.
Firstform.com/Cam Strick though. Get that today. So, were you thinking about the Illinois Recovery Center when you're walking around?
Oh my
Seattle?
God! When I saw that girl, like again, like you're driving when you first get there, and you're seeing all the bums, and you see the different, the different tiers. Like I said, the guy bending over, to the guy freezing, to just a kid that just looks like he's like an apocalypse, and he's got the backpack with the baseball bat, just in case other people jump him for his money, but he's still got a phone. Anyway, there's different variations. I mean, he's probably just got started, just got into it. And I remember walking, I told you guys earlier in the podcast, and I saw, it was a weird thing. Of all the people, I just saw this honestly beautiful girl who was young. And she looked at me, and I just looked at her, and I just saw like her demise in her soul in a weird way. Like she's caught with these dudes around her. Are you telling
the same story again?
No, it just fucking made me think of Illinois Recovery Center, dude.
Yeah, that's what I was asking you. 800-743-0971.
God, that really fucked me up.
You should have told some people about that.
Dude, yeah.
When we get our camera crew, when Alex and Matt, when we go down and talk to, because we're going to do some of that stuff, dude. We're going to go to the Inuit community and do some different things and stuff like that. But
I mean, no, we're not. But on the other hand, I
People
mean, do I
do it
go
on
up to them and say, hey, Owen, maybe I could have done that. Maybe Chrissy wanted me to do it. I just think, I don't know. Maybe I should have.
No, it's a tough thing to do.
What do I do there?
You got to befriend them.
I got enough. We have people texting me, dude, that I talk to just so all y'all know.
I know.
You know what I mean?
But tell them about Illinois Recovery Center.
It's right here in Swansea, Illinois. Chrissy Pondoff, Eric Conley run the show there. They've been through hell and back with this whole thing. They started this thing up a couple years ago. I've been there before. Place is lovely. But you get there, you have to go there and get work done. It's not like I'm hanging out my butt. No. You get there and you get right. And you feel better. You're going to want to work out. You're going to want to start a business. You're going to want to just, you feel like yourself again because it's not fake, filled with pills and coming off of pills and withdrawal. You're normal again. They will help you. Illinois Recovery Center. You got to check it out. Get a hold of me. You
can get a hold of me.
Get a hold of me.
Because I can get you in touch with Chrissy.
He can get in touch
with you,
but get a hold of me. Ask any questions. Yeah. I'll take care of you. Shit, if you want Chrissy's number, I'll hook you up as well. He don't give a fuck. Even if he's in San Diego with his lovely wife.
Me?
No, we're not talking about you. We're talking about Chrissy.
I do give a fuck. I didn't know.
Andy cares. No, Chrissy don't care. He'll answer your call when he's in fucking San Diego.
Yes, he will.
With his lovely wife.
San Diego, baby.
Yeah. So you know.
That sounds actually nice for the weekend, too.
Oh, hell yeah. I need sun, dude. Oh, it's weird. This shows you how far I live away. I went to the studio this morning for a radio show. Cloudy, dark, depressing all morning long. Even driving here, didn't see the sun one time. I called Kate, leaving the studio, coming here. I go, God, it's nasty out again. She goes, what do you mean? I go, it's cloudy. She goes, it's been sunny all morning here.
Yeah, I think it has been.
40 minutes away.
Yeah, no, in my house, it was sunny.
And then I haven't seen sun since.
No, I had clear skies, dude. But
no, you didn't.
Yeah.
You're in Ladue.
No,
you're in this
dude,
area.
I had
that doesn't make any sense.
Skies
no, you're lying. You're lying to the people.
No, I'm not.
No, you're lying to the people.
I'm not.
You have to.
Illinois Recovery Center. Give them a call today. A bed is waiting for you. Clean bed.
Oh, nice bed.
Really nice bed.
Real nice bed. Gotta get work done there.
SparksHockey.com, Cam. Don't ruin the tournament, dude. Don't let who can start. Don't even let him touch anything. Ty broke his first stick the other day.
Good.
Got it caught under the door and it snapped in half.
Oh,
I know.
Sucks.
He could have gotten it in his. I'm glad he didn't get it in the sternum.
Yeah.
But it got caught under shouldn't happen.
That happens.
Dude.
It just happens.
And it snapped in half.
Yeah, it probably was weak. He probably leaned on it enough. How long has he had it for? A year?
No, a couple months. Right before Christmas.
Ooh, okay. Okay.
How long do you think a kid should use a stick for?
I don't know. Back when we had sticks, they were all wooden.
Mm-hmm.
They last a long time.
So you kind of knew when you needed a new one.
It just got
These
worn
kids
out.
don't like break their sticks and stuff like that, and so like it's hard to know like when to.
I saw a guy
when it loses that pop.
I saw a funny video of a guy in one of the leagues went for a shootout, and when he got it, his stick exploded.
Oh
no! Right when he touched the puck from the center ice to do a shootout, his stick exploded.
Really? Those are great.
Like you got to know, like when you're doing that thing.
I know.
Like
I know.
SparksHockey.com.
Use that promo code Cam Strick. Do it today, man. It is a lifesaver. It's the best investment you'll ever make.
It's damn good. Damn good.
Probably
Saves you time.
Best investment you'll ever make.
For a hockey parent?
Yeah.
One of them for the hockey realm of things, for sure.
By the way, I saw Chaser yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
You went to the hospital?
No, he came to the game.
He did?
I mean, this guy, he's like down in the he looked great, honestly.
Okay.
He looked fantastic.
Getting better?
I think so. You know, I mean,
didn't show. I don't think they showed him on TV.
No, it's a battle.
Yeah,
but it was great seeing him, man. He still makes you laugh, and he still talks shit to you.
Yeah.
And
I bet he said something.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna see him. I need to go see him too. I haven't seen him in a while.
So it was great to see him.
Good.
SparksHockey.com. Get that Sparks today. Don't let
Seth ruin. I mean, everything.
Yeah.
Your neighborhood to your ice skates to
Please
your
don't.
daughter to your family. It is what it is. Stay away from the psychopath.
Yeah.
Put your phone down.
Please do.
Put your phone down.
At Bellman, you get no what?
You
Cam?
want swinging dicks. No swinging dicks. The guy coming up there, you can't, he talks to your wife, creeps your wife out.
Yeah.
Your wife just wants to go look at cars. Like,
Bellman Automotive, baby. Buick GMC on one side of the street. Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
A lot of
Now,
options.
when do you start thinking about the spring and the summer? Because they've got something for all seasons, man. It's not just about the winter. But although I feel like there's another storm or two coming.
Oh, God, yeah. Dude, we're just hitting February.
Yeah.
We're going to get shit on, for sure.
Okay.
So you're gonna need
The
some big
weatherman over here.
Well, I mean, it's just like if you go through history,
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know.
Cam's the weatherman.
No, I just know more about weather than you do.
Okay.
But if you, and weather when it comes to St. Louis history, and I'm telling you, we're going to get shit on again.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's hope that doesn't happen.
The odds will tell you.
So listen, they've got something
for everything.
for everybody. And everybody gets approved. Listen, if you have a used car and you don't know what to do with it, you're like, okay, do I sell it? Take it in there, man. Let them buy it from you. Trade it in. Get yourself a new car, man. Walk off the lot feeling good, feeling happy, knowing you got a good deal and knowing that they treated you the right way. Didn't try to take advantage of you, because they'll never do that, dude. Some of these places are terrible.
Yeah.
You make a wrong decision, man. It could. Some people are like sitting like, I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to go to a car.
You get caught up in a jam.
This is one place you can go to.
Yeah, but even if your credit score isn't, they'll help
Doesn't
you.
matter. All right, Bellman and Bellman.com. Say hi to Danny boy.
Danny, what's up, baby?
And Dale.
Dale.
And Kenny.
What's up, homeboys? What's up, baby?
Jim Dowd. There's like a lot of Dowds, dude.
Yeah.
They're like legendary
He's a
in
good
New
dude.
Jersey, man. He joins us now on the Cam Strick Podcast, baby. The Cam Strick Podcast is brought to you by First Form, baby. Use our link and do it today. www.firstform.com/CamandStrick.
Get jacked now. They are the real deal.
Get that protein, check out the apparel, eat those bars, and drink those energy drinks. Firstform.com/CamandStrick.
Yeah.
Now on to the interview.
So you're in Jersey right now doing your thing, man?
Yep, doing my thing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Then the weekends are crazy.
What's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I got a nutrition business for 9.5 years, and I do performance mindset coaching for youth athletes.
Wow.
And then Thursday to Sunday, man, it's either Penn State or ASU.
I know, man.
You know, my two boys.
I see your little boy. I see your guy, little Jimmy,
Jimmy.
doing his thing at Penn State, man.
Hell yeah.
I've seen Penn State play a couple times. My boy Christian Berger's playing at Penn State.
Oh, yeah. They came in together, man. They're great buddies. Yep.
Christian's you got to tell him we say hello.
Oh, that's right. The St. Louis crew. Yep. Oh, great people. His mom and dad are great, man. They're pissed.
Dan is the best, man. And the mom is great, too. And the brothers, because Chase played there, too, man. He's one of the best players to ever come out of that program. So I went to Madison because I coached Chase and his older brother, Jimmy. And so I never really had that O2 group that was Christian. but was always a good player, would skate with in the summertime. But I went up to Madison to see Chase Berger play against Trent Frederick because Penn State was going to be playing against Trent. And I went out with Dan Berger and Bobby Frederick after the game, man. It was one of the best nights of my life, man. So that's awesome.
Family,
Small
man.
Hockey world, man.
Yeah. I'm very proud of where they come from, the St. Louis hockey scene, which has been, man, hockey's growing all over the U.S., which is great.
Yeah. World Juniors was nice, too, to see the boys win.
Yeah, that's always good. You know what I mean? We don't have to, we know. It's great.
Exactly.
Hey, so your boy that's at ASU now, is he a defenseman too? Like, tell me about him. I don't know as much about him.
Yeah. So that's Anthony. Jimmy's a senior at Penn State. He's a 2000. He's a senior. He's going to graduate, but he's got the COVID year if he wants it, which is great. And then Anthony's a freshman at ASU, defenseman as well. Both my boys are D. I tell you a great story how they became defensemen. It's hilarious, with these crazy parents these days,
Oh yeah.
Loving it, and he loves every second of it. He's the surfer type kid, and all that. So, I mean, a crazy story, was fully committed, signed his NLI and everything to Providence. And then he calls us one day. He goes, "Mom, Dad, I think I want a bigger school." We're like, "What?" So we're like, "Okay, well, this is how it's going to go down. I'm not calling the coaches. You got to call." He signed his NLI and everything.
Oh.
He still had one more year of junior hockey, which was pretty weird.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes, calls the coaches, like, "Okay, hold on. We'd love to have you back out here visit." He was playing with the Chicago Steel at the time.
Yeah.
So he's like, "All right, I'm not going to, I'll go out. Because he never really had an official visit. He committed when he was 16, you know what I mean? And, full ride and all that. And then he signed his NLI, but he still had a full year of junior left to play, which was pretty weird. But anyway, long story short, he goes out, BC, Providence. He does the 2-day trip. He goes back to Chicago, stews about it, prays about it for a month. He calls me up, "Dad, I just want a bigger school." I said, "All right, just tell him." So it's sort of a crap show getting him out of that NLI. But then, ASU, it came down to ASU and BU. And ASU was recruiting him back when he was 16 too.
Mm-hmm.
So they were hot and heavy. He had a visit all set up to BU the last week of September. This is, a year ago, or whatever it was. And then, but ASU, they like, "Okay, we want you to come in the week before that." He goes to ASU, man. He didn't even get to BU.
Oh, really? Well, of course not, man. I mean, once you step foot on that campus, it's tank top season
God.
all year round. And it's a beautiful, beautiful campus. By the way, I said 2002, but I meant 2000 for Christianburg.
Yeah, I knew that's what you meant.
Yeah, I never coached with those 2000s. But that's interesting. So they both played at the Steel. Would he have played with the Celebrini kid who's at BU now?
Yeah. Yep.
What do you think of him?
Anthony played with him last year. Unbelievable. Best player in the league last year as a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
He was the best player. The kid's sick. He's definitely not going any lower than 2 overall. He's the real deal, Celebrini. He was just again, a 16-year-old to do what he did in the USHL is unheard of.
Mm-hmm.
So what's he like, though? Like, what kind of player? Because we've asked a couple other guys like that.
We saw him play in the World Juniors. You kind of see.
Yeah, but like, who do you compare him to?
Yeah, you know what?
I mean, him in the
It's
game.
weird because he's a cross between a winger and a center. I'm not even sure. You know what I mean? He just gets stuff done. You know what I mean? He's just he can play any type of game. You know what I mean? He's a rock solid kid. Loved him. Great kid on and off the ice. Nothing cocky about him. Just confident. Goes about his business. Great teammate. I'm trying to think. Who do you compare him to? What do you guys think? You watch him a little bit. I don't. You know what? That's a good question.
They're throwing some big dog names involved, dude. They're throwing like the Crosby.
Well, we had Jay Pandolfo on a few weeks ago, who obviously is his coach.
Yeah.
At BU, and he kind of was throwing out like. I don't know if he was making a direct comparison to Crosby. Yeah. I think he was trying to say like he's not a McDavid type guy.
Yeah.
And we're looking at we're looking at these like first overall picks who have gone in recent years. Is he? But he threw out Crosby just in terms of his strength in the puck, his puck protection,
getting back,
skating ability, lower body strength, all of that.
Yep. And he can make something out of nothing like Crosby does. All of a sudden, and he's just a great all around player. Yeah, more towards the Crosby side. I mean. McDavid's more explosive and all that, but yeah, he's going to be a heck of a player, man. You know what I mean?
What's this nutrition company you got going, Jimmy D? You might have to hook us up with some shit. What do you got going?
Yeah,
what you got going?
Yeah, hook you up. So, my journey, man. My journey was, easy part was getting to the NHL.
Mm-hmm.
People are like, what are you talking about? Because everybody wants me to tell these, hockey stories because I'm Jim Dowd, the hockey. When I do my nutrition presentations, I tell people the easy part is getting to the NHL. What? I go, anybody get to the top of their profession for one day. You keep progressing. You get there one day, right? You get your first game. The hard part's staying there.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to take your job. They want to take your job every single day. I had signed two nice contracts. Won a Stanley Cup, was on top of the world, got sent back to the minors at 27 years old. When you get sent back to the minors at 27, Major League Baseball, NHL, you're done. You're not getting back. I had all these teams from Europe calling us. We could have went there and made great money. I was married, didn't have kids yet. That's when I first got into nutrition. I got into the whole holistic, organic, all natural way of living and supplements. Mm-hmm. Long story short, I changed my life and career. I spent that year in the minors. Then I spent the next 12 straight years without a day in the minors in the NHL, which is unheard of. And I didn't put a bet, you know what I mean? I was just so, I stopped messing around. I cut out, most of the BS.
Like what BS? Like what were you doing?
Like sugar?
Like what were you doing?
Just, I thought I was eating right and all that, but just a lot of the extracurriculars, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I cut down on the fun, so to speak, you know what I mean? Yeah. I picked my spots, you know what I'm saying? Like it was a free-for-all when I first got into the league, you know what I mean? But
I know.
I played in the early 90s when guys still didn't have helmets, guys would smoke in between periods, you would just party all the time. And then little by little, look at the shape these guys are in now. Even when you came in, it was night and day from before that. So it just naturally progressed. I played till I was 40 in the NHL, and it's unbelievable the shape these kids are in now. Mm-hmm. You definitely have to pick your spots, because that eventually catches up to you. So long story short, one of my best friends is the founder and chairman of a company we have. We have the patents on the world's first ever truly customized vitamin platform, custom to each individual, you know what I mean? And a whole product line that's the purest ingredients, you know what I mean? We pride ourselves on having the best, being the best for the best. But I'll get you some information on that. You know what I mean? We'll hook up after.
So you just met a guy, and he's like, "This is
this is a buddy of mine. He's one of the all-time money earners in the home-based business space. He's made millions. And the reason why we're doing this, the home-based business space, is you can't put customized vitamins on a store shelf. Most of the stuff in these stores is garbage. It's crap. It's a really weird space, the nutrition space. Mm-hmm. Most of these companies, it's junk. There's a ton of good ones, but there's a ton of really bad ones.
Yeah.
Like, listen, let's get one thing straight. That Prime drink that the NHL is all that shit. It's terrible for you.
Fucking boy. What's his name?
Logan.
Logan. Yeah.
I know, but you know what? That's the case for
Gatorade,
most
vitamin, shit. All this stuff, Gatorade, Powerade, all that stuff, man, it's just not good for you. You just got to be careful. You just got to read, So, again, that's what changed my life and career. You know what I mean? And ended up playing until I was 40. I'm 55 years old. I feel like I'm 33, and that was the height of my NHL career.
Did you find Jesus?
And we have something for everybody. What's that?
Would you find like Jesus too? Like, was it like that kind of turnaround, or were you just?
Yes, 100%.
Right. Okay.
100%. Yep. I got into faith 4 years ago. It changed my life forever. I battled, my whole life, my whole career. I actually speak all over the country with Theo Fleury, on mental health and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And it's you just it's I don't judge anybody. You know me, I never did, never will.
No, you're awesome to me, dude. I was a kid.
Throwing battles, man. You just want to. I tell people, work hard, be a good teammate, and the 3 F's: the faith, family, and friends. Surround yourself with good people, and don't judge anybody. No one's here to judge anybody.
Yeah.
What was like the rock bottom? Like, what was it like? Were you depressed?
I would, out of the blue, when I never took any prescriptions or anything my entire life, but ever since I was a kid, and I white knuckled my way out of it, I would get depressed for 2-3 days until I get out of it. 2 weeks, boom, 2 months, and I wouldn't tell anybody. And even my NHL career, man, I would just wake up one day, I'd get to the rink, and I just, and then you think the whole team's looking at you like you suck, dude. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's like really weird. And then I would just white knuckle my way out of it, get back to basics, and then I feel good again. And then I'd be like, thinking, what an asshole I was, feeling like that. But I never told anybody. And my wife, the people that really knew me knew, and then my wife was a huge part of it, you know what I mean? And finally, I basically, you want to get deep into it. Basically when I was 50 years old, I finally said what happened to me as a 10-year-old kid, you know what I mean? To my wife and somebody. It changed my life forever. And then my wife was always researching, the spirituality and all that. We had kids and all that. And, we tried the whole Catholic thing and all that. That's the story why we left there, you know what I mean? But and we just got into the faith thing, and it really did change my life forever, you know what I mean? And it's a battle every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You feel
Jimmy,
like
I get you, baby.
I feel like a lot of people, man, who are in high pressured positions, like where they have to perform. Right? Even when you don't feel like it, you always got to put that face on. You always got to be the happy guy, or you got to be all in. like mentally it's such a grind. Doesn't it almost naturally take you into a hole of like depression? Like you can find your way there because there's so much pressure you're dealing with every single day.
Yeah, I get what you're saying there, but for me, I never worried about that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like my like, and I believe me, guys, I did it all, Cam, right? You know, I did it all, right?
Oh, yeah.
Whatever there was to do, I did it. But my best high was like, oh, when I would go on the ice, that was like it, man. Like, you know what I mean? It was the best feeling. I never put that type of pressure on myself.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But I know what you're saying, how some guys put that pressure on themselves. For me, man, I just love being on a team and like
around the guys and
I
shit.
love the locker room, trying to fire guys up and
Yeah.
all that. And just, I didn't even care, man. I just wanted to. And then when I got taken away from me when I was 27, I got sent back to the minors. Like, whoa, man, what just happened? I went from the penthouse to the outhouse. You know what I mean? And then, I mean, you saw your whole career, Cam. How many guys there were so many good players. They're 25, 26, 27. They're not on the first two lines anymore. They're bitching, playing. They're out of the league. What are
Yeah.
you doing? Figure out how to stay in.
Yes.
Play in the league. I mean, there's nothing better than playing in the NHL. You know what I mean? And it being on a team and just trying to win, just find
Having a
goal.
good game and being on the plane where you
Oh.
know you contribute.
Great.
And Lou would give you the
Yes.
tap on the ass, baby. And you're like,
Yes.
goddamn right. I did it.
Yeah,
I did
man,
it
you know what I
tonight.
mean? Yes.
Yeah.
You know, that's why it's so hard. Like people, I mean, and I've been on championship teams my whole life, high school, state championship, and national championship in college, all that. It's like, if your best players aren't your best players both on and off the ice, you don't have a chance of winning.
No.
Like there's no chance in hell, you know? And then, but when you get that and get a great group of guys and nothing matters but just winning,
Mm-hmm.
there's not a better feeling in the world, you know? Then when you hang out, it makes it even that much better.
So what do you make out of a lot of these players now, man, that are like they're coming out with these press releases, right? They need to step aside. They got to take
Yeah.
a break. Mental health, like you're getting a lot of it, man, that are going into the program with the NHL. You know, I was talking to an agent about this today. That like just because they're going into the program doesn't mean that they're necessarily going away to a facility. I mean, depending on your situation,
Yeah.
you can just like step away, stay at home, talk to somebody on the side. You know, it's like everybody's case is different, but we're hearing way more about this mental health situation, which is kind of what you're speaking about, man. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I'm a firm believer because I'm not a believer in prescriptions. You know what I mean? For me, it's like I'm talking. You got to get your mind right, your body right, with
Yeah.
your family, your faith, and your health. You know what I mean? What you put in. You know what I mean? What the food you eat and all that. But yeah, there's a lot. I just saw, you know, Patrick Laine, right?
Yeah.
The list goes on, and you feel for you don't know what's going on through people's minds. And then I look back in your career. There's guys that you hear about. You're like, wow, okay. Now you think about it, he really was going through some stuff, you know? It's a touchy subject, you know what I mean? But it's everywhere. I mean, listen, guys, we can get, how deep do you want to get into this whole world thing, this crazy shit that's going
Oh,
on?
fuck.
You know,
I
get me
pay
started on
attention.
that.
Oh, I pay
Don't get me
attention.
started. Don't get me started on that. My wife and I, we're going on this April will be 4 years, no TV, no nothing.
Good.
Really?
It's healthy. Get away from all
Really?
of it.
Oh yeah, no TV, no
Good for you.
sports, no nothing. I keep up on the NHL, you know what I mean?
What about cannabis? And have you ever tried, like, if you're, you know, a lot of people, man, including Aaron Rodgers, went down and did some ayahuasca in
Yeah.
South America. And I know that could be taboo for a lot of people, but there's more and more people dipping into that kind of stuff to get their mind right.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, you know the deal, Cam. You know what I mean? Again, I don't judge anybody. Everybody do whatever you got to do to try to
Yeah.
figure your life out. You know what I mean? For me, what worked for me, my wife, you know what I mean, is faith. That's what worked. I mean, you know, the whole cannabis thing. Yeah, I've been down that route my whole life. You know what I mean? It's been 4 years now, like nothing. You know what I mean?
Sober?
You know what I mean? And yeah, but no, I'll every once in a while I might have at the max 2 drinks. You know what I mean? And if I drink anything, it'll be like 2 Tito's and clubs. You know what I mean? I don't drink beer, no wine, none of that stuff anymore. But I barely drink at all, and no extracurriculars. You know what I mean? And like I said, I've had some great friends that did. You know, went down to Florida, the ayahuasca. You know,
Yeah.
and he loved it. It worked for him. Great. You know what I mean? You know, and the whole the mushroom thing too is big
Yep.
right now.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean?
Microdosing.
It's just not for me. You know what I mean? Everybody's different. Whatever you got to try to do to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So, you say like no TV, no nothing. Like,
Nothing.
so are you watching your kids' games? Like, do you?
Yes, that's all we watch are Jimmy and Anthony's games, and then we just research. We research.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And it all started like we woke up to the whole nutrition thing when we were 27 years old, 28 years ago now. I'm 55. Well, that's when we learned about, vaccines, flu shots, all that stuff, all that, you know what I mean? We learned, all that stuff and woke up to that and that changed our lives. And then, 4 years ago when the scamdemic hit, whatever you want to call it, I don't care who doesn't like me or not, you know what I mean? We started doing research and all that stuff. And, we just research and we're trying to have discernment and, and just, it's crazy,
that was a
man.
fucked up time, wasn't it, man? I try not to even think about it, Jimmy. Like,
Yeah,
I try to ignore it. If even somebody brings up something back in 2020, I'm like, oh, fuck. It just, it was depressing, man.
Yeah.
It was fucked up in a lot of ways. You know,
and the truth's all coming out little by little. The truth always comes out. It'll come out. It will come out.
So when
know
you
what I
say
mean?
you're a life coach, what do you do for that? Like yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so performance mindset coach for youth athletes. If you go to jimdowd.com, you can check it out. So Mike Hartman, remember Mike Hartman?
Yeah.
Played the NHL for 9 years, so he's been doing this for like 20 plus years and he got me into it. I've known him for a while now. And then he got me into, so I'm a certified axiology practitioner, which is the study of values. And it all starts with this assessment. There's all different ones. Like it's a hockey index assessment specifically for hockey players, for soccer, for baseball. For example, if the three of us owned a company and we had 3 openings for new positions, there's an assessment that we can give, 20 of the people that are applying for it. They take this assessment and there's no right or wrong answers. It just shows where you're at with your mindset. And we could say, oh, this person, we definitely want to interview this person. But, look at this person. We don't want to interview that person. And it all starts at where your mindset's at. And then we go from there. I have a couple different programs, Big 10 package and the concierge package. And then it's a whole program that I have. I work through worksheets with them and all that. I do one-on-ones. People want me to do group stuff. I don't want to do the group route yet. You know what I mean? I love the one-on-one. It all started because, listen, I coached my boys I played till I was 40. We didn't have kids till a little bit later, my wife and I. I went right from, I tried to squeak another year out at 41. I actually went to training camp with the Flyers at 41. Then Paul Holmgren says, I said, and then I offered to coach in a couple different organizations, but I went right from the Flyer skate zone to coaching my son, Jimmy, in hockey. So I coached my boys all the way up. And then, I basically started this thing because you know what? Youth sports is such a huge business now. The kids, the parents actually need this more than the kids do, to tell you the truth. And, but I started it, to help kids you're supposed to enjoy it. I mean, I truly enjoyed every second of youth sports growing up. Hockey, baseball, all that. You just went to the ball field, you worked hard, you showed up on time. They taught you discipline and hard work. You went home.
Winning was fun,
Yeah, right. Someone's dad coached you. Now it's just there's so much stress on the kids, on the parents. Most people, I truly believe, are in it for the wrong reasons to get a scholarship. That's the wrong reasons, and people absolutely love it. You know what I mean? Like I don't advertise or anything, and it's the word's been out. I got 1 million people want to do this. I can't even take anybody for a while.
What do you do it on in person or through virtual?
I do Zooms and in person. You know what I mean? Like I have kids from all over the country, but I'll do it. Most of it's Zooms, but when I can do in person's the best.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And like I said, if you check out jimdowd.com, I actually have to update the site a little bit. And then everybody asks me if I'm an advisor. No, I'm not an advisor. But like I'll help kids. I've helped a couple kids get committed because, the guys that I know everybody in hockey. Mm-hmm. And if I'm calling a college coach about somebody, they know he's legit. You know what I mean? But I'm not an advisor.
So
but
when
it comes along sort of with the territory.
But if you talk to kids, like you see a bunch of kids, man, you're coaching, you're doing this, you've been around them a long time. Like when they go through troublesome in their own mind, mental health, like what usually is it? Is it family? Is it just stress? Is it their girlfriend? Is it teammates chirping? What is it?
Coaches. Yeah. So I'm literally working with 12 to 20-year-old athletes, right? I've had a couple college teams want me to do stuff. I had one NHL team wants me, but I'm like, listen, I don't have the bandwidth with that. And I literally started it for 12 to 20-year-old kids so they can enjoy the process. Mainly hockey players, I'm working with a basketball player, lacrosse player and all that. But it's the biggest thing is this cell phone used in the right way is the best thing, but used in the wrong way, they all compare themselves to everybody else, especially these kids that are committing early. They They think they're not good enough. They see this because listen, all you see on that is the best of the best from people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's talking about their struggles, but all these kids are beating themselves up. Their self-confidence. They're worried about where they're going to be, where they're going to go. They're not enjoying the moment. One of my biggest things I talk about right away is mindfulness and being in the moment. You know what I mean? Enjoy where you're at and focus on the process. You know what I mean? Have a vision, have goals, but don't think about the past. You know, negativity, don't sweep it under the rug. That builds up, you're done. Address it, assess it, like learn from it and move on. You know what I mean? You know, and then don't think about too far in the future. Like you guys, you know, youth hockey starts, right? Say the season rolls around September. By October 1st, 3/4 of the parents are wondering where their kids are going to play next year.
Yeah.
You're not even enjoying the time right now.
Mm.
But to answer your question, it's the kid's self-confidence, and you know that when you wake up and you go into that rink every day, you're confident and you know there's a difference between thinking and knowing you're gonna make it, or thinking and knowing. You know, when you know, as opposed to I think I could do it, coach, or when you know you could do something, when you're there, when you totally arrive, that's not a better feeling in the world. And it all goes back to just enjoying the moment. And I had a hard, you know, I went through all this myself personally. And then I went through it with my kids because I coached my boys from mites all the way up to midgets.
Damn, boy.
How many players truly know, though? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so much pressure. There's always somebody trying to take your spot.
Yeah.
You know, like, a lot of these guys, I see it, like, and you can see it in their eyes. You talk to them, and you know that they know, like, they're one mistake away from coming out of the lineup or even being sent down, whatever. And there's not that many guys that truly can walk in every single day and know, hey, even if they have a bad game, like it's going to be all good, you know, like there's some serious stress probably that comes with that, you know?
Yeah, 100%. That's why, again, and I use all my experiences, all the coaches I had, like, and everything that I went through, because I've been through it all. Like I've been the blue chip recruit. I've been the best of the best. You know, I've been the healthy scratch guy then. I've been this, that. I've been the guy that doubted myself. Then I got out of that, like, you know, to do what I did, getting sent to the minors to get back. And then 12 straight years, you know, I use all that experience that I had, and it's a confidence. Nobody was born confident. Connor McDavid wasn't born confident. It's a skill you work at every single day. And my biggest thing is, one of the biggest keys to success is doing the right things repeatedly over an extended period of time. You know what I mean? And if you're knowing you're doing the right things and you believe in yourself that you truly can do it, you know what I mean? And you know, Herb Brooks was one of my first pro coach ever. And I use him as an example all the time. He used to skate around, man. He was so far ahead of the game. You know what I mean? My first year in Utica, he was my head coach. And you know, because we had like 8 or 9 guys panned out from 1987, 88, 89 draft for the Devils, and we all signed at the same time. So Lou Lamoriello brought Herb Brooks in there to be our head coach. No assistants, no nothing, right? In the American Hockey League. It's just what it's like to be a professional. And I use him all the time. He would, you know, when you're skating around in practice before you start, he'd come up, Jimmy, why should we be prepared every day? You know, and you think he's, you know, messing with you. I'm like, what? Yeah, why should we be prepared every day? I'm like, I don't know, Herb, you know, that's what we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be prepared. He goes, no. He goes, you be prepared every day, Jimmy. It doesn't mean you're going to succeed every day. But you know what? You're going to succeed more than most people. And if you're prepared every day, it doesn't mean you're not going to have a bad day, because no matter what, you're going to have bad days. But subconsciously, if you know you're doing the right things repeatedly over an extended period of time, and you're prepared every day, when you have that bad day or that off day, you're going to be like, you know what? I just had a bad day, and it's going to be easier to get through that. But if you know that you're slacking off, not getting prepared, and you have that bad day, then you start beating yourself up like, oh, I could have done more. I could have done this. That's what he was all about, man. Those little things that he taught me back then was unbelievable. But to go back to your question there, you know, it's like, if you know deep down inside you're doing everything you can, and it all works out in the end.
What do they say, Cam? Not preparing is preparing to fail or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah, Andy made that up back in the day. So what about like, okay, these young kids now. Okay, you saw me as a rookie, man. You saw a couple young guys. Like, we were pretty young compared to that team was older. Like, you see how we grew up and like how we were as rookies. Like, what's the difference now with these kids? I know every generation is different, but like, is it harder to communicate with them? Do they not listen as much? Are they just on some sort of different program? Like, what's your take on that?
Listen, and I talk about this with one of my best friends all the time. Listen, there's still people that grew up like us. You know what I mean? It's definitely changed, and it changed over the years. from when I was there to 10, 15 years before me. They're saying the same thing about me, right? And then they're saying the same thing to you. It is what it is, but it's like, again, the whole social media thing and this, listen, the whole world's gone that way. The whole world has gone to people being selfish is the bottom line. You know what I mean? And it goes over into the sporting world too. You know what I mean? Literally, and then when there's so much money involved, you know what I mean? Like you could literally have 3 good weeks and set yourself up with a nice 4-year contract. You never have to worry about money again. You know what I mean? So it goes back to, and my whole thing was the money will come. You know what I mean? Just do the right things and the money will come. And again, that's why it's got to be tough to be a coach these days. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? More and more so with all the egos, I guess, so to speak.
They're getting paid too, though.
Yeah, coaches are getting paid.
I know.
One contract sets them up for life, also, man.
I know. It's hard. That's why, like I said, it's you gotta have, and it all starts at the top. You know what I mean? And but it's like the world now. How it's just everyone's so, not everyone, but there's a majority now that are just selfish, and all they literally care about is themselves.
What's the best way to instill confidence in a kid? Like if you've got a kid who's playing hockey, like everybody parents different, man. I've been around like super successful NHL players and see how they interact with their kids when they were growing up, man. I mean, they were probably, some of them were harder on their own kids than any of these other parents were on their kids, man. Their kids went on to have a ton of success. Like, where's the line in your opinion? Like, is it okay to still be hard on your kid and like demand some level of excellence? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like you said, everyone's different. But bottom line is this, man. Listen, we all know the Tiger Woods story, right?
Yeah.
For every one Tiger Woods, there's a million kids out there that hate their parents.
Yeah, I know. You're right.
So those are like, that's like, but for the most part, my biggest thing is, you see the kids that want to be there, as opposed to the kids that are there because their parents are forcing them. I recommend the parents all the time, listen, don't talk to your son or daughter on the way to the rink about hockey or on the way home. Just tell them to work hard and be a good teammate. Because usually by the time they're 12, 13, 14, there'll be so much resentment and, the relationship will be strained, but going back to what you said, I mean, the numbers are never going to change. 0.00000, add a ton more, 0.1% are going to make it to the highest level.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I get what you say. There are some that are really hard on their kids that do make it, but
Is that realistic to not talk about the game in the car on the way home? Like
unless they say something.
Yeah, you didn't. Did you not talk?
I never did.
No,
I never did. Well, again, I was their coach. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was done, and so I would drive to the rink, and we'd get out. Hey, let's go work hard, have fun, have a good practice. If they did something stupid on the way home, I'd say something. If they wanted to talk about it, I would. You know what I mean? But the parents that are just constantly. I mean, here's another thing. When I grew up, no parents, they dropped you off and they all they went to the bar.
No shit.
You know what I mean? They didn't watch practice, but now you got parents watching practice all the time, which,
Well, what about like traveling all the time? Like everybody's in different positions, man. And like, what if your kid's pretty young, but he's getting invited to all these different tournaments? And like, how do you mix in going to see him live, to seeing him on the live cam, to making every tournament, to having him be involved in every single thing? Like, where's the balance with that?
You're talking about, so you got winter hockey, then you got spring and summer hockey, right?
Just like what your kids doing,
So here's what I say to people now, because people ask me my advice all the time. I said, listen, this is what I say to them. I said, listen. And at first I was like, when I first retired and got into this and saw the landscape of youth sports turning into a big business, I was like, what? You know what I mean? It's not good to go all 12 months out of the year. You know what I mean? And then I realized, I'm like, okay, hold on a second. So now my kid wants to go to the hockey rink every day. If that's what the kid wants to do, there's actually probably nothing wrong with that. It's when the parents are forcing them and dragging them. You know what I mean? Yes, is it good to take a month break and do nothing? That's great. But if a kid literally, like if you wanted to go to the ball field and play baseball every single day of your life, what's wrong with that? That's what you want to do. But it's when the parents are forcing them. So when people ask me now, because listen, spring and summer hockey is bigger than winter hockey. It's crazy. Right. So when parents ask me now, I say, listen, I don't know your financial situation. I don't want to know it. I don't need to know it. But I go, if finances aren't an issue and your son really wants to do it, and it's great bonding time with your son, like, hey, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, what do you say, really? Like, but if you're forcing them, like, the bottom line is this too: you don't need to do all those things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe pick one or two, but I truly believe you still do have to be a kid, man. Like, I live at the Jersey Shore here. My boys never played spring hockey. They never did summer hockey. I took them to the Notre Dame camp 2 years in a row because Jeff Jackson was my coach at Lake Superior, who was the coach at Notre Dame, and Doug Waite and Jeff Neparel and Rennie Chaplain and another buddy of ours. We all had kids the same age, so we took them out to that camp for 2 weeks so we could hang out. That's why we did that.
Hell yeah.
I just sent Dougie a text today, man. Just say, give me some Jimmy Dowd stories.
Jimmy fucking D, boy.
Yeah.
No, he,
great, you know?
yes,
it all goes back to, and you know the deal, like, there's no science to any of this stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some are going to make it that are hard on the kids.
Yeah, no, I
Some are that don't do anything. I mean, here's my whole thing, man. Listen, those guys that grow up in the ghetto with nothing. Yeah. Those kids that grow up in the ghetto, they have nothing. They don't have private coaches. They don't have nothing. They have nothing. Yeah. They're just playing baseball, you know, out in the street, football, hoops and stuff. Mm-hmm. They don't have any money, nothing. They're making it.
No shit.
Yeah, no, listen, I hear you. Because
think about that.
Oh, 100%. But like some of the best times are like when you're in the car with your kid after a game. You stop for a sandwich, you stop for a drink or whatever. Yep. And if they played hard and you're like, hey, nice fucking job, way to, you know, you pump their tires, make them feel good. You see them smile.
They go to school the next day happy and confident.
They got that extra jump in their step.
So the whole question you asked me was, that's how you get I coach kids for freaking 15 years. This is my first year not coaching. I think 14 years, man. And I just pump positivity into these kids all day. And I never said the worst player on the team. I would always say the least. I worked with the least talented kid just as much, if not more, than the top kid. And I would make that kid feel like he was the best thing since sliced bread. And anytime I literally had guys, these coaches these days, you know, it's been happening forever. A kid will come around the net, make a turnover, they'll go score, and the coach will sit him for the rest of the period. You know what I did? I had a kid come around the net, throw the puck right up in the middle. They score. He come to the net with his the bench with his hand. I'm like, I just use this one kid as an example. Brendan, what are you doing? Look up. I go, you know what you did wrong, right? He goes, yeah, coach. I said, why are you coming off the ice? I didn't tell you to come off. Get right back out there. Go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, and when you do that, like, I got kids now hit me up on LinkedIn and all that kind of. That's what it's about at the end of the day. Because I'm a firm believer, man. You could make somebody. As a coach, your job and as a teacher to make someone go from here to here. You know what I mean? And you could do that with any human being by just instilling confidence in them. Just like when you're in the NHL, guys, when an assistant coach one day just asks you, hey, how you doing today? Makes you feel freaking
That's all I need, baby. Just acknowledge
That's
me.
Man.
I'm
That's
simple.
Just acknowledge, man. Don't walk by them, not say nothing. Hey, how's the family going? Right. Hey, did you have fun last night? The boys go out? Like, whatever.
I'd be like, hell
you had a great practice today, Cam, you know?
Hey, what about you played for so many goddamn teams, Jimmy? I mean, you have, dude. Like, who is a coach that wasn't like that? Who is a guy that, man, like, you had to be on your game? Like, maybe he wouldn't look at you, he'd play tricks on you or something like that to where
I don't know.
Was there any bad ones? I mean, people always say there's so many bad coaches out there. Like, I never really had the experience, too many experience. I've been through some coaches.
Yeah.
But I know there's some horror stories out there. You have any?
You know, not horror stories, but my first trade from the Devils to Vancouver, Rick Lee was the head coach. Great guy, awesome guy, but he was a total, like, just players coach. Like, he just didn't say anything or do anything. And I came from Jacques Lemaire at the Devils, you know what I mean? Like, and Lou and all that. So, and then I never blamed anything on anybody, right? I wasn't right in the right mindset. I played like crap there, and everybody's telling you, oh, you're getting screwed, Jimmy. I didn't want to hear any of that bullshit, right? You know, looking back on it, my mind wasn't right. You know what I mean? But I played better for coaches that were up your ass. Like Brian Sutter in Calgary, I loved them. I love Brian. A lot of guys hated him. I love Brian Sutter because he was in your face, in your grill. I played better for guys like that, you know, and then the next day, it didn't matter. Next day is a fresh day. You walk in, he punch you in the arm. Hey, let's go. Like, no grudges, nothing. But I didn't have, oh, man, I don't know. If you want to hear a horror story, Dave King, man. I have no problem telling this story. Dave King. We missed that whole season, right? We had the lockout. Worst coach I've ever had in my life. Mr. Canadian freaking hockey, Dave King. We missed the whole season. I was 37 years old, right? It was about a month into this. I had all these teams from Europe call me. I wasn't sure if we were going to miss the whole year. I call Jacques up. I'm like, Jacques, because I was at Minnesota at the time. I go, Jacques, right? I just finished with Montreal. I go, Jacques, are we missing a whole year or what? I go, I got these teams. I'm 37 years old. Should I go play in Europe? I really didn't want to. He goes, Jimmy, he goes, you're 37. If you want to play in the NHL again, you need to go to Europe, meaning we're going to miss the whole season.
Yeah.
I go over there and I get in there. I'm all fired up. It's in Germany too. So the Deutsche League, and that was like, you're allowed 12 imports, so it was basically like an American Hockey League team, I knew half the guys, there was 12 imports. I get there the first day, they're all over me like, hey, Jimmy, we got to get this asshole, get this guy out of here. Dave, I'm like, what, man? I just got here, man. I just want to play hockey. I knew who he was, but I didn't know him. Man, this guy was the worst coach I've ever had, and he's Dave King. Canadian hockey. You know who I'm talking about,
yeah,
right?
100%. Yeah.
Well, he's terrible, man. It was the worst, bad guy, all that. We'd watch freaking film. You could shove film up your ass, man. That's another thing we could talk about. Too much film in hockey. Film ruined hockey. You know what I mean? And we watch film. We had a game. We had a game at 7 o'clock. Get there at 5. You watch film for 45 minutes. Film after film, and it was just a bad guy. You know what I mean? So about 3 months into it, I had an FU match where he was just so degrading to everybody, and I sort of stuck up for everybody, and I told him off on the ice, and that was that, and I just left. But just worst coach I've ever had, Dave King.
Oh, he made you leave, dude.
Oh yeah, I was like, this is he's just terrible, man. No, I just.
But like what? Like belittle everybody, never pumped anybody up. Like what?
He belittled everybody, just condescending, like to no end.
Yeah.
Like, and then turns out I left, and he got fired anyway because he did something to one of the trainers. Like, and I don't say bad thing about anybody, but that guy, not a good guy.
Damn.
And I had no problem doing that. You know what I mean?
That sucks because going to Germany, you're gonna have a good time. You know everybody on the team. Like fuck.
Yeah.
We know a lot of guys that play out there. They have a blast. Make pretty good money.
Yeah. But I was fortunate. I had some. Believe me, like everybody says, the NHL is just the highest level. You got mites, squirts, peewees, bandos, mid-junior. There's no different from peewee hockey to the NHL. It's just the most talented guys. You know what I mean? And what they do. What are you talking about? I said, no, there's selfish guys. There's team guys. There's this, there's that. There's good coaches. There's bad coaches,
Yeah.
It's just the highest level.
Well, yeah, you didn't spend much time with Milbury, did you?
Oh, man. I did, actually. 2.5 weeks. What, did someone ask you to tell me that story?
Come on now. We always like a good Mike story.
So that was again, that was right after Vancouver. And my mind was not, I look back on that. I played, you know what I mean? I lasted 2 weeks there. You know what I mean? And that was back when if you had your toe in the crease, they were calling it no goal.
Yeah.
So my first game with the Islanders in San Jose, I score on Terreri, but my toe was in the crease. They called it back. But when I tell you my mind was not in the right spot, I never felt comfortable there the whole 2 weeks. And then it was my last game. We're playing against Ottawa. He always asked me about my sticks being too long and all that. I was old classic. You cut your stick here, so when you're on your skates, it's here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then he had the trainer cut all my sticks before the Ottawa game. I played with a stick that came up to here, and then I had a match with him on the plane.
He had your sticks cut?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You don't mess with someone's sticks.
Wow. Man.
Yeah. But everybody knows what what happened in the Islanders organization. It took them forever.
Damn, dude. That just ruins you. That ruins you.
Yeah.
It just does.
But then you know what? And I went back to the minors. But you know what? I'm a firm believer, guys. When can you change your life? Right now. Anybody can change your life right now. When you cut out all the BS, if you have a vision and a focus and you want to do something and a game plan and just stick with it, it's not going to be easy, but just be consistent and stick with it and just keep going. I did it. You know what I mean?
Did you save? I know you made decent money, but like, did you save? Were you smart about your money? So when you retired, because you played a long fucking time, were you like, God damn, I'm in a good spot. I could chill for a bit. I can get organized. Yes. I don't need to work right away. I could relax and figure out what I want to do.
Exactly. Yes. Good, yes. Man. Yep. I've known my wife's, we've been married for 27 years now. You know what I mean? We've always been on the same page. We just always lived normal. You know what I mean?
Good.
And, I have a couple, one of my businesses is about to take off. You know what I mean? That I'm an angel investor in. It's called gotmold.com. Got Mold, and I've got some good things, tons of good stuff on the go. You know what I mean? But yeah, Listen, if I didn't have boys, I'd probably be coaching somewhere, but I wouldn't have traded the last 14, 15 years for anything. I didn't miss any of my boys' stuff, and the things that I do right now, the nutrition, the coaching thing is I could do it from anywhere remotely.
That's cool, man.
It's amazing. It is pretty cool.
No doubt. Hey, so you finished your year in Philly, but that team kind of had a reputation too, man. They had some cool dudes on that. We've had a few of them on. But they like to get after it off the ice, man. Like, as an older guy, were you, like, watching and be like, damn, dude, these guys are headed for destruction? Or were you just having fun with them, or what?
I had the best of both worlds. So that was my last year. I was living at home in Jersey. So the year before that, I was 39. That's when I played with Cam with the Devils. Yeah. So I lived in Point Pleasant Beach, New Jersey. And whenever I needed a hotel up in North Jersey, Lou would give me a hotel room. So I had the best, you know what I mean? And then the last year I played with the Flyers, it was an hour south, their practice rink, right? So I had the best of both worlds. When we would go on a road trip, I would stay with Upshaw. I would stay with Uppy. I'd come back from a road trip and stay with him. So I was like, I always told those guys, like, guys, man, especially in Philly, hockey's like the number one sport there. You know what I mean? Like, I said, man, just have house parties. There's no need to go to the bars. You know what I mean? Just have house parties. Keep it on the down low, But it was but when you're winning, nobody says shit. You know the deal. When you're winning, you could do whatever you want. Nobody says anything. You have a couple little blips, and then all of a sudden, everyone's doing this and doing that. When you win, nobody says anything, but you have a couple blips here or there. But that was a great team. I loved it. That was one of my favorite years, actually. I had a great role. Me and Sammy Kapanen and Riley Cote.
Yeah, Cote, baby.
On the fourth line, and he became one of my best friends. And me and Cappy killed all the penalties. We got a regular shift. Steve Downey was in and out. He was up a little bit here and there.
I played with him in juniors. Yeah, great guy.
I love that guy, man. He was great, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just the whole team there. We went to the conference finals, and we just ran into the injury bug, too many injuries, and we lost in 5 games there. But that was a great team, and yeah, those guys loved to get at it. It was a lot of fun, man. I remember going to Bonnaroo with those guys, in the off season. It was great. Like they definitely had their fun.
I saw Steve Downey, man. He was in town last Labor Day weekend or something. I think it was Labor Day weekend. He brought a team from Canada into town to coach. I said, "Is your son on the team?" He said, "No, I cut my son." So he's all into it, man. It's interesting how many guys just get sucked into that youth hockey too, man. Even all the guys that played, it's like starting your life all over again.
Oh yeah, it's great. It's I didn't think I'd enjoy it as much as I did. You know what I mean? But there's like you said, the bottom line, the car rides are the best. You know what I mean? And just the whole thing. Like I said, it's some kids can't coach some guys can't coach their boys, man. Like Billy Guerin, I talked to him, man. When he first was done, he was coaching his son Liam. He's 12 years old. He goes, "Jimmy, how's it coaching your boys, man?" He goes, "I find myself, yelling on the ride home, man." So that's when he realized he couldn't coach his own son.
Yeah, it's hard.
Some guys can, some guys can't. You know what I mean? And if you can realize you can or you can't, it's good.
Hey, did you ever like in your heyday, maybe in the 90s when you're playing for the Devils, did you ever get jammed up, partying, and Lou caught you, or you signed something and he found you, or he called you from the fucking hotel phone like, "Hey Jimmy, come up to my room, I gotta talk to you." Where you're like, "God damn it."
No, we had so when I was younger there, Claude Lemieux was going through his divorce.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So him and Mikey P used to take us young guys into the city, you know what I mean? So, that's we had it good there, you know what I mean? Claude knew Claude knew he was smart. He knew what Lou was up to, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But yeah, nothing. I know the old Lou tricks, man, coming back into the hotel, the Turtle Brook, whatever it is, even on the road, you know what I mean? It's just either if the curfew's at 2:00, man, if you don't come in at 2, man, come in at whatever, 6.
Yeah, exactly. He's got somebody down there just waiting.
Yeah, right.
They're working there or there's something. They're calculating who's walking in.
Yeah. So.
But he was good for you though, wasn't he? Lou was good for you, just like he was good for me, man.
Yes.
I fucking discipline. Get there every goddamn morning early. You see him, you stare at him in his eyes. Yeah, dude.
Yeah. He also listen. And you know what's so funny? The deal. People are scared to talk to him. He's a human being, man. He's so easy to talk. He's just What's wrong about it? He's like, just show up, work hard, do the right things.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what he's all about. It's not hard. It's not rocket science. Show up, work hard, do the right thing, and look presentable. You know what I mean? What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, come on, the guy to do what he does this long is unbelievable.
I know.
You know what I mean? And he's in incredible shape still, man. You know what I mean?
Hey, you missed Kane and Taves in Chicago. Like, I think they came in right after you were there. I think Keith and Seabrook were there. So Quenville wasn't in Chicago, but you had Q in Colorado, right, man? You like Q?
Yes. Yeah, Q was great. I mean, I had a great role there. I got traded there on the great story, man. So I'm playing with the Blackhawks. That was the year after the lockout. I'm 38 years old, and Dale Talon was great. Like, I knew that if I didn't get traded to a playoff team, my career could be over. You know what I mean? And I'm like, Dale, you know what I mean? I if you could, man, I gotta get to a team that's gonna make the playoffs. So the trade deadline rolls around. We're playing the Avalanche in Chicago. You know what I mean? And Andrew Burnett's one of my best friends. We played together for 4 years in Minnesota. I'm like, Bruno, man, I kept asking him, like, hey, talk to Tony, man. Talk to these guys. Get me traded there, whatever. So I go down. I do the morning skate with the Blackhawks. It's the day of the trade deadline. We're done with our morning skate. I see Andrew in the hallway. I go, all right, go have a pregame meal. I'll go back to the house. And I'll never forget, I was literally less than 5 minutes from turning my phone off. I said to my wife, I guess, we're not getting traded or whatever. Dale Talon calls me. Says, Jimmy, hey, Dale, what's up? All right, we just traded you. I'm like, all right, great. Where? He goes, to the Avalanche. Well, I go, hey, so this is funny. So I go, hey, so what happened? I go, who else was involved? I just wanted to know. He goes, well, you know what, Jimmy? It came down between, it was the Avalanche, the Flyers, and the Devils. I said, hey, what happened to the Devils? Like, why, he goes, it came down to whatever, a fourth round pick, and they dropped out or whatever. I said, okay, that's good to know. And then the Flyers. So I go back down, my two boys, Lisa, I go back down that night and play against the Hawks. You know what I mean? I morning skated with the Blackhawks.
You played against
them that night. Yeah,
that's kind of cool, great. Man.
Oh, it was good. We won 3-2. I had the assist on a game-winning goal. But Q, I like Q. You know what I mean? He was very, like, regimented. He was like, you know what I mean? Like, every day practice started at 11 o'clock, and he would his foot would be on the thing. And as soon as that clock hit 11, he stepped on the ice. We started practice. We did the same, I liked him. I didn't mind him at all.
All his players loved him, man. I mean, they all loved him here for sure.
Players coach, and that guy, man, he put his time in, man. Holy cow.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully he can get back in, man. He should be coaching. At some point we'll see if that.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll get back in. I mean, nobody even knows the real story.
Yeah,
no, it's fucked up.
No, they don't.
It's all exactly. It's all fucked up.
And hopefully he comes. Hopefully he talks.
Yeah, he needs to talk.
I've said that several times, and knowing Joel, man, like and he will when the time is right.
Yeah. And listen, you don't wish anything bad upon anybody, but.
No,
I know the people that know. That's all. Right?
Oh, hell yeah. You're 100% right.
Hey, in 95, with that badass team you're on, and you score that fucking badass goal, and you do your little dance, your little just celebration, baby. How pumped up were you? And when you guys were playing, like, you're playing Detroit, dude, loaded with Russians. Yeah. They're fucking everybody up there in the regular season. Were you guys confident going into that series? Or were guys like, dude, we need to tighten things up because they got some fucking firepower?
Oh, yeah. Well, they won the President's Trophy that year. We actually, the year before that was my rookie year. We were like, the Rangers came first overall. We were second overall. And then that year we came in like sixth in the regular season. But we were like, guys, we can't let up for 1 second against these guys. We went into Detroit and just took care of business. But it was like, we weren't comfortable that whole series. Like, we couldn't give them an inch. And we were just buttoned up, man. That team was insane. That Devils team, we just had the right combination on every single line. Yeah. You know what I mean? Listen, like I said, our number 6 defenseman was Tommy Abilene. Freaking guy played 15 years in the NHL, and he was our 6th defenseman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm with, Cal Host, Jason Smith sitting out. I mean, guys that were freaking rock stars in the NHL that weren't even playing. Mm-hmm. I mean, that team was stacked, from top to bottom. But Detroit was like, I mean, look, they were unbelievable. And then they went on to win 4 Stanley Cups after that, right?
Yeah. So you didn't play the rest of that series? Like you scored the game-winning goal, and I think you had like 3 points or something like that. Or
yeah.
So why'd you come out of the lineup?
They never, you know what? They never listen. I look back on that, and that's who knows what the deal was, whatever. And then the next year comes, and I get traded, and then I'll never forget when the Minnesota Wild picked me up. Jacques Lemaire was the one who called me. When they picked me up.
He was the coach in Jersey too?
He was the coach in Jersey, and then he was the one that called me when the Minnesota Wild picked me up, and we just started laughing on the phone, you know what I mean? But I ended up being captain for Minnesota. He's the one that got me up to the NHL, but hey, it is what it is, you know what I mean? That's, without that, I mean, I'm a Stanley, you know what I mean? That's something that I never
You're
You're a hero, homeboy.
Yeah. But I'll tell you this, man.
Straight pimping.
You may be the only player in Stanley Cup playoff history to score the game-winning goal in a Stanley Cup final game and then not see the ice or dress the rest of the series, man. That's like unheard of.
Who took your spot?
Yeah. Well, Sergei Brylin and I.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So,
he's pretty damn good.
And then Lou brings me back when I'm 39 for a year. Like,
cool. You were great with everybody. That was a fun year, man. I needed you.
Well, it was a great year. We lost. We beat Tampa in the first round.
Yeah.
And then we lost to Ottawa in the second round. That's the year they went to the finals.
Yeah.
That was a good team. That was a great year.
Do you still have OCD?
Yeah, of course, man.
It's not funny. Man. It's not funny, but like I would go up to your room and I would like just move things around and you would just tell me stories and you would fix what I moved around. And I would just torture you. You didn't even know it. I'm not chirping because I know people have we've had guys on with OCD. Don't get me wrong, but like, what is it? Because I have my own weird shit too. But what do you have to deal with on a daily basis? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I've ever since I've been a little kid, man. Since it goes back, everything goes back to childhood. Everything, procrastination, OCD, all these things, man. It all goes back to childhood. It stems from childhood, and just I remember being a kid, always straightening stuff around the house, whatever it was. You know what I mean? Like, and listen, my parents. I come from a big, Irish Catholic family, 5 boys, 2 girls. I had a sister that died before I was born from spina bifida, but I'm the second youngest. And, my parents were married for 32 years, got divorced, but everything was a shit show except for our sports. You know what I mean? They somehow, we all got to our hockey games, our baseball. We played everything, you know what I mean? But it also, the stuff I've been researching, learning about my wife and I and all that, everything stems from childhood. And for whatever reason, man, it's just like, and I work on it every day to this day. You know what I mean? Still work on it. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that I call it a routine. You know what I mean? Everyone's got their routine.
Well, you're probably clean. I bet your house is clean as shit.
Oh yeah. It's always, man.
He's got no kids living at it now.
No,
right?
I know.
Right. But hey, and it goes back to look good, feel good, play good, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hey, I got to ask you, man. You've been great, and we appreciate your time, but you didn't spend a ton of time in Vancouver, but you played with some like legends though. Like Burry played a couple of games there. I know he may have been hurt that year or whatever it was, but Mo Gilney, Marcus Naslund came in late, right? I mean, Cliff Ronning. I mean, you had Trevor Linden. I mean, I can go on and on and on, man. You played with some great players. Yeah,
that team was, when I got traded there, that they were just the year before, no, 2 years before that, they lost in the finals to the Rangers in '94. And Russ Courtnall was great. He was my penalty killing partner. And like I said, my mind, I never, and everyone's like, oh, you're getting screwed in Vancouver, Jimmy. I look back, and even at the time, I didn't want to hear that. Like, I just, my mind wasn't right. I never felt comfortable going to the rink. I just, talk about being down, depressed, whatever you want to call it. I just never, it was my own fault. You know what I mean? And, but that team was loaded, man. Jurke Lume, Dana Merzen, Dave Babich, like I said, Cliff Ronning, Alexander McGillney. I mean, unbelievable, unbelievable. Russ Courtnall, who's one of the best guys I've ever met. He's great.
Awesome.
Oh, fuck. He's an entrepreneur now, dude.
Yeah.
Adrian O'Coin, Brett Hedican.
Yeah.
That team was stacked.
Loaded, dude.
Esa Tikkanen, was he there when you were there or no?
Esa Tikkanen was there. Yup. Gino Ojic, Tim Hunter.
Yeah.
We've had him.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Tim
Badass
Hunter, one of my
team.
favorite human beings ever, man.
Yeah. I heard he's cool.
He's the best, man.
Yeah.
He's the best. Gino Ojic was great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That whole thing, man.
Well, man,
who's your like? I gotta ask a few like quick questions, and we'll let you go. Like the most talented, you play with so many players, man. Who wowed you, man? Who was the most talented player you played with? Give me the best teammate you played with, man.
Yeah.
Like, give me some people that just stand out that made that lasting impression on you.
Well, Marty Brodeur, the best goalie by far. Marty Brodeur, the best goalie by far. Cam, he never took a day off.
No.
Even when I came back when I was 39 years old, I mean, we came in together. We played a full year in the minors together. We played our first NHL game together. And that guy to do what he did for that long, they changed the rules because of him. He's the best goalie I've ever played with by far. Scotty Stevens, best freaking defenseman. You know what I mean? Unbelievable. Joe Sakic and Rob Blake in Colorado. Joe Sakic, man, there's a reason that guy is known for his, snapshot top shelf. At 30, we were the same age. At 39 years old, that guy was still going out 20 minutes before practice, shooting 50 to 100 pucks in the top corner.
Really?
You know what I mean? Alexander McGillney, one of the best teammates I've ever had. Just a great guy, And then, like I said, I started out, I mean, and all you guys, I can go Matt Johnson, one of my best friends ever. Love that guy.
How's he doing?
Minnesota Wild for 4 years.
Is he okay?
He's one of the best guys you'll ever meet, man. And he's battled his things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I read about that.
And even the last year there in Jersey with you, Cam, man.
Yeah, baby.
Me, you, Rupper, man. We.
Hell yeah.
Was that your rookie year? That was your official rookie year.
I think that was my second year total. Yeah. But dude, I remember. I always remember the older guys I always wanted to hang out with because you guys knew your shit and I picked your brain. Because you hang out with the rookies, man, they don't know anything. I need to talk to you, motherfucker. I need to talk to you.
We had Paul Martin. We had Lukowicz.
Lukey boy. Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, he's great, man. We had a good little crew.
We did.
And then Clarkie got called up that year toward the end.
That's right. It was fun, man.
Yeah, it's great, man. And like I said, man, just work hard and be a good teammate, man. That's what it's all about, man. And if you could find a nice little role and just be so into it, and what are you doing to help the team win, man?
Yeah, dude.
That's it, man.
Everybody knows when you're a good athlete or a good teammate. Everybody realizes it, And
you can play a long time, man.
Yep.
Hey, did your kid play with Owen Power too?
Yes.
Did you think he was going to be an absolute? I mean,
yes.
Obviously first overall.
He was a freaking man-child in the USHL at 16. Yeah, he's great. And he's going to play 15 years. You know what I mean?
20 years, whatever.
Yeah, 20 years, man. He's legit. You know what I mean? The Chicago Steel, man, I was very blessed, man. Both my boys played there. Jimmy for 2 years, Anthony for 3. And by far the best place to play junior hockey in the U.S.
There's no doubt.
Hell yeah.
They do it right.
It wasn't always that way, but it is now,
Yeah, you know what I mean? The last, 7-8 years, whatever it is.
There's a couple good spots. For sure.
It's a couple really good spots, man. Yep.
Yeah, you got options as a kid, man. If you want to fucking get noticed, there's a lot of options. You're good. If you're good, they're gonna find you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they've always, and then just.
I'll throw Sioux City in there because their owners listen to the show, So
Sioux City, one of the original USHL teams, man.
Well, hell yeah, Jimmy. You're the man, dude. I miss you. And if I go up to Jersey, dude, I'll text you, man. Let's do something.
100%. Definitely text you.
I will.
Do you want to apologize to Carlo Koliakovo, by the way? Because I know you need him. You got up. He did not get up.
We love
right
him.
away, So
that was one of those accidental on purpose things.
Yeah. Whoopsie daisy.
Yeah. And I had Janny over there, so I was all right.
Yeah. He ain't gonna do nothing.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Hey,
all the best, man.
Love
Thanks
you,
for
Jimmy.
doing this.
Love you, buddy.
All right, guys. Love you guys. Thanks,
See you, homie.
The Cam Strick Podcast is brought to you by Bellman. BEHLMANN. Bellman Automotive. Located where?
Troy,
Missouri. Buick GMC on one side of the street. Right on the other side, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Get yourself some new wheels in time for the winter. That was Jim Dowd, baby.
Jimmy D. It's my boy.
That area of New Jersey, man, they're very proud to be from there, dude. It means something to be from there.
Well, I think it means something to be from anywhere you grow up, probably. Mm-hmm. But no, you're right.
Well, which part do you claim?
I'm a Eureka guy, dude. I'm Eureka.
Not
Although
really.
I grew up way out in Pacific, you know what I mean? But I
Mm-hmm.
claimed I put it Eureka on the map a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, you did? You're taking credit for that?
Well, I would say so. You know what I mean?
There was a running back that to prepare for Eureka Week.
I don't know.
And now that it's Super Bowl coming up, when we were preparing when you talk about football, you got to talk like a coach, You're like, yeah, we're preparing for Eureka, okay? Eureka, it's Eureka Week, man.
Eureka Week? Oh, yeah.
That's Coach Campbell. But listen, they had a running back who was like the biggest running back in the state, and they would like one of like the offensive line coach who was probably in his 40s but weighed like 310 pounds. He would dress out that week, and we'd have to tackle him, dude.
You had a tough
to
playing
prepare for this running back out of Eureka.
God, they're
Staples was his last name. You remember what I'm talking about?
No, but and they're probably Andy. You got to take care of this guy.
You don't remember?
Like he's gonna be running down our throat. We need you back there. We need you back there, Andy.
Brick, New Jersey. Dude.
Brick, New Jersey. Yeah, man. Jersey's cool. Jersey has a lot of things. They got the ocean. You got mountains. You're right there. You're easy to get to New York City, the biggest city. You know, one of the most happening cities in the world. You got, you know, you have a little bit of everything in
Great
Jersey.
delis.
The people are cool. They're fun. Oh, the food.
Sandwiches.
Let me tell all y'all something. I love the Midwest. I love the people in the Midwest. But the food doesn't touch Jersey. I'm telling you, the subs to the everything. And I love me, St. Louis. I love the style. I get all that. I know some damn good restaurants. But you're out in Jersey. You have so much, dude.
Okay,
It's
so there's a
unbelievable.
deli in New York City. Somebody, you got to send me the name of it, and if you've been there. So you can get this sandwich, and it's called like the chopped sandwich.
You chop everything up. And you
And
split it
no,
together.
no, dude.
Good God.
It's not that simple. So you can like buy a bag of chips.
Yeah, and he puts it in and he chops it up. Yeah, that actually look. I know who you're.
Dude, you buy a bag of
Middle
chips.
Eastern guy.
No.
Yeah, hey, oh, hey.
No, I don't know that guy. I watch so much food stuff going
Chop
on.
the chop guy.
So
No.
anyway, so
Oh,
they
God.
chop the sandwich. You grab chips and you pick out your chips that you want. You give it to the guy behind the counter, and he starts banging all like chopping up all the chips inside the sandwich. Gives you so you're eating the sandwich with the chips like crunched up in the sandwich, dude.
That's not abnormal. A lot of places do
Nah,
that.
I don't know many people that I've
Dude,
never
I watch
seen
food shit
anyone
all the
do
time.
that.
It's just a lot better out there,
Mhm.
man. So multicultural.
Yeah.
You know, you get the best of everything out there. You truly do. New York, Jersey, Philly, they got damn good
I know.
food.
It's all bad for you, but
Damn
it's
South Jersey
good.
too. When you go to Wildwood,
Yeah.
like, but that's more family oriented down in Jersey, Wildwood area, not
Yeah.
north like fucking or the fucking Jersey Shore guys with all the skinny
It's
legs.
not very good for you though, dude. Like though you're eating like steak and cheese and like cheesesteak sandwiches.
Oh,
and
down in Wildwood, man, you get good
pizzas.
seafood. The lobster houses down
out
there. and
west,
stuff.
they probably have a little of a healthier variety for you. You know.
You could get dude a lot of seafood out west too. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But yeah, Seattle's your type. I think.
No,
I think that's you've blended in more in Seattle than
It's very.
I'm more of an.
the
I would say more of an
technology.
East Coast guy.
Well, dude, I love the forest.
know.
I love the mountains.
So
I
do I.
love
I
the
do love the
water. So
mountains.
that's
I know.
when I
I get that.
when I say that I love a place or don't love a place, 95% of it is the landscape of that specific
Yeah.
area.
Yeah, and there's a lot of
Like when I say Colorado, I'm not like, oh, I love Colorado because like I love the bagels there. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what I'm saying. I love the mountains.
of course.
I love the outdoor lifestyle.
So do I. In
You
the
know what I mean?
wilderness, I
Yeah.
love the animals.
I love the
it all.
wilderness.
DB Cooper out
Mhm.
west, baby. Bigfoot's out west.
I got my new pocket knife coming in the mail today. Shoot.
Dude, you should get the thing where if you like to walk, there's this badass walking stick that you could walk with. It's military style. You're like, bam, bam.
Yeah.
And it opens up. It's a saw. Opens up
Oh
thing. It's
my
a thing.
God,
Open
really?
the flashlight. Boom. Little compartments has all
Yeah.
this cool stuff in there. It's a walking stick. You
Mhm.
could fucking protect yourself
Yeah.
with it. You could stab things like fish in the water.
Wow.
Shit kicking.
Yeah, I've got a
dude.
badass pocket
Badass.
knife coming. I'm gonna start wearing it like.
And always have a flashlight too. A
Yes.
military
Yeah.
flashlight that you could see for a long
yeah.
ways.
Oh yeah. That's a good idea. That's good advice, dude.
Dude, there's some awesome stuff you can find
Yeah.
online. Some really cool
That's
stuff.
something you could like think about that for next year on the
Yeah, you could
holidays.
survive with
Are
this
you getting
walking
Kate
stick.
anything for Valentine's Day, or do you?
God damn it.
Or do you not do that? Like,
Oh,
because like to me, Valentine's Day, when you've been married for a long time, it's like a dumb holiday. It's like what I love to express my love for my wife. To me, Valentine's Day is more about my little girls, my daughters.
yeah, like give her a
You know what I'm
nice
saying?
basket of candy and stuff
and
like
it's
that.
for my wife too. But it's like Valentine's Day. Every day is Valentine's
I know.
Day. You
We'll
know
go
what
to
I mean?
dinner. I mean, it's all good. We did Christmas, then her birthday, and then Valentine's Day. It's just like whatever.
Mhm.
I'll take her to a cool steakhouse.
Yeah.
There's a couple cool ones that's really like intimate.
Did you use my gift card at the steakhouse?
Hell yeah.
Annie Guns.
Hell yeah, I did.
Yeah, good.
I told you I went there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
What'd you
nice. I got the 14 ounce.
Yeah.
Prime or ribeye.
Okay, good.
Yeah, damn good.
It's a good one.
You know what I mean? And then I cooked it.
That's a real good one.
Then I didn't eat. I ate a bunch of appetizers, and the next day I sliced that bad boy up like.
All right, we got to bust out of here. We got to bust out of here. Half Coast Studios, man. Thanks for everybody for hooking this up.
Oh yeah.
YouTube, Instagram, Twitter.
Yep.
Of course, firstform.com, man. We love everybody. Firstform.com
Right
/ Cam and Strick. You got to use our link. Get those energy drinks. I just ordered my kids. They now have the kids shakes.
Yeah.
To go along with the vitamins. I got the the bundle. So it comes with the protein powder for the kids and the vitamins. So
they
you
got
talk
it
about
all,
peace
man.
of mind, dude.
Yep. And they'll teach you how to work out.
How you doing on your 30-day challenge?
Well, I was pretty good throughout the week, but then Sunday I ate so much food, man, because Kate was cooking all day and like.
Can you have a cheat day? Is that what you're
Yeah,
calling that?
absolutely.
Yeah.
But today I'm like, dude, I've been just kind of
Let's
munching
go
on
work
these
out.
things.
You want to go work out after this?
Yeah, Andy, let's go. I've been up since 4:30, and we're going
No,
on. We have another interview.
Dude, hey, Cam, want to go work out?
Yeah,
Let's go work out,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. Me and
Think
you
about
work
going
out.
to get a lift in.
Andy's the worst guy ever to work out with. He's talky poo, is what he is. He doesn't work out. He talks to everybody. What's going on with this? Everybody's like, well, blah, blah. And he's like, so let me, can I ask you something? They're like, they're putting the thing up on the thing.
Hey, Cam,
Like, you're annoying.
thinking about going to get a lift in, dude.
Yeah, I'll go
Afterwards,
with you. I mean, get shit done in there.
You want to go get a workout, dude?
No, I don't. Not with you.
Firstform.com / Cam and Strick. Go there and go there today. SparksHockey.com, obviously. Bellman.com, Cam. At Bellman, you get no.
Swinging dicks. I mean,
Yeah, you don't.
swinging dicks.
Located.
Try.
Say hi to Danny boy.
Danny, what up, homeboy?
And Dale.
Dale.
And Kenny.
Kenny.
God damn it, Kenny.
God dang it, Kenny. Get on your game, Kenny.
The Illinois Recovery Center, baby.
Hell yeah.
800-743-0971. A bet is waiting for you, and a better life is
Just
waiting
get it
for
going.
you.
Just get it done. Get it done. They'll work with you.
Yes, they
With your
will.
insurance, all
Oh,
that
all
shit.
of that.
Everything.
Yeah.
Get a hold of me
Th-
if you need.
Don't let that become an
No,
issue.
you got to just
We
talk
want
to
to
'em.
get you well. We
You
want to
gotta
get you
talk to 'em.
healthy. First Form, SparksHockey.com.
Oh, yeah.
Don't go to Seth.
Don't go to that weirdo.
That'll ruin your entire weekend.
Weirdo.
Ooh. Okay, Cam. Again,
Jimmy Dowd, baby.
Instagram, baby.
Yeah, follow us on everything.
YouTube, subscribe.
Got to do it. Subscribe to YouTube. All of our social media. Just type in Cam Jansen or Andy Strickland. You'll find it. Just like all our shit.
Dude, I think I'm about to go get a lift.
Yeah, get that lift in, Andy.
You want to go get a lift in, dude?
Not with you.
Let's go get a workout.
You'll get nothing accomplished with Andy.
Hey, if you want to come
Walks around, talks to everybody.
That's not true.
That's exactly what you do.
Let's go get a workout in.
All right, we got to go.
Firstform.com, baby, / Cam and Strick.
See you guys.
Peace.